Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on.
Hello, and welcome to Ages of Ainur. I am your humble stream host, and not your keeper of dungeons or master of dragons, or wait, maybe that's the other way around. I'm Pixel, and I'm pleased to present to you the comfortably slept-in second episode of Ages of Ainur presents Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus. As always, my friends, we're going to get into the game here in just a few minutes, but before we do, we're going to go over our usual housekeeping things. First things first, you'll notice that my head is smaller than usual. That's because I will be playing, and not GMing this time. I will be one of our, no doubt, iconic and illustrious player characters. We can thank DocRobert from the internet and also our Bonus Moms Tavern Discord server for GMing this game and agreeing to stream this with us. We are all super excited. So with that out of the way, as opposed to seeing the GM stuff on the screen as you used to, you will be seeing my player side stuff. So instead of warning you and spoiling things in chat that you see on screen because you're seeing the DM stuff, which you won't be seeing, I'm just going to say this. If you happen to have played or read this adventure, please don't spoil anything. We players will be in chat with you guys, hanging out and interacting. So don't be a jerk and Google spoilers about the adventure and then put them in our chat because we'll be mad at you. Second, don't forget about the rules. There's a lot of them in this game, and sometimes we get them wrong. And sometimes we don't like them and we change them. So, if you want to be everyone playing exactly by the rules, go run your own game, and don't rain on our parade. With that being said, we do have a few homebrew rules that we're using alternative crit rules, and alternate rule for short rests, among some possible other things. Again, third, as always, this is an open and welcoming space to the extent that that's possible on the internet, so we do try to keep that internet toxicity nonsense out of here. Never a problem with you folks, but we don't put up with people being abusive or hateful in chat, whether that's to other viewers or the players of the game regarding their knowledge of the game or the rules, their character choices, or frankly anything else about them. As always, you guys are great, but we want to make sure that folks know we are not to be messed with. And then, because I'm not going to keep doing this every time, but just in case we have new folks, I do want to really quickly explain the channel points mechanics. We have the ability for you all in chat to spend channel points to influence the game by giving inspiration to the players. Each player can have one charge of chat inspiration, denoted by, there it is, the little white D20s by everybody's faces. I will ask them when we do our intros here in a second to... Uh-oh. They're not coming on and off. Oh no. I have a slight problem with my tech. Something has gone wrong. So we actually may not be noted by anything, and we may just have to wing it. So anyway, we don't have time to tell them. They were just working yesterday. Dang it. I'll figure it out maybe. In any case, we only have one charge of chat inspiration, and the DM can give inspiration as desired, but you can grant that with channel points, and then you can also grant a hit dice to each player, but each PC can only have that redeemed once per session. Also, the hit dice are not able to bring anyone back up from 0. They will just add that on the next time they do regain hit points, provided, of course, they don't die. And then, of course, a quick reminder, we do release the show on YouTube and as a podcast after each episode during the following week, so if you missed an episode or part of it, don't fret, you can catch it after the fact if you'd like to be caught up for the next week when we go live. And I'm going to throw it over to Robbie.
Hey everybody, Robbie, DocRobert, your Either One Works, and I am your DM for this adventure. So first things first, I want to go ahead and go through and reintroduce everybody to our wonderful characters. And after that, we will jump directly in to playing. So I'm just going to go the order that you appear here on my screen. Pixel, go ahead and introduce your character for us.
Hello, everyone. I will be playing Dwarven Barbarian and #1 Internet Sad Dad, Phoenix Brightgrin.
And do you have inspiration?
I do not have chat inspiration, as is denoted by the fact that I have made that into a nice blank little Xbox for myself. Also, when it comes to the hit dice, those being blank means they've not been redeemed either. And thank you for the reminder, Bonus Mom.
Right. Then next, we are going to go to Bonus Mom.
Well, I am Bonus Mom, and I will be playing Bonnie, who is a human warlock. And I do have chat inspiration. If the heart is for hit die, I don't have that.
Right. Yeah, I took them back off of everybody now.
Oh, good. Okay.
I did get it working again.
All right, wonderful. All right, with that, McReese.
Hi guys, I'm McReese, and I am going to be playing Raven, a tiefling druid.
Do you have chat inspiration?
I do.
Okay. All right.
It's always good if we say just because we're going to be on audio. So
Absolutely.
we're like, we need to say our dice rolls. Excuse me for interrupting.
No, you're right. That's good. It's a good practice for sure. All right. Next, that's going to take us to Nova Mark.
Hey everybody, I am Noramark, or Cam. I will be playing the ever-lovable and delightful Neil Boggs. I do already have chat inspiration, and I got DM inspiration last week, so I'm winning.
Okay.
Those count as points, right?
And lastly, Kaylee.
Hi, I'm Kaylee or Christy, and I will be playing Temperance and a Genasi sorcerer. And I do have chat inspiration as of right now.
So it's just me.
Wonderful. All right. So with that, quick recap of what happened last time. Our crew had all gotten involved with the Flaming Fist, the mercenary group that runs Baldur's Gate. And with that, they were let to the scene of a riot. It seems like the city gates had been shut with no one being allowed in or out, and a riot ensued with people trying to come in and leave. And the group was not terribly excited to go in and group of innocent civilians, and so rather frustratingly, but with pie to compensate, they were given a new order to track down cultists of the Dead Three, who had been committing murders across the city. After receiving some information via bar fight, they found out that a bathhouse in the lower city seems to be a place where they are coming and going from. And with that, the crew made their way back to Bonnie's house, where they decided to rest up for the evening before tackling this investigation. With that, we are going to jump right back in the game, and although I'm gonna have a map here, it'd be mostly for the players. We don't necessarily, this would just be to help us get into character, not so much something that you need to change the map screen for. But I got a little version of Bonnie's house here. I thought this was cute.
Oh,
Got a little Bonnie's house going on. And with that, Bonnie, you wake up early. You want to bake some treats and get ready to go for the day. So
Well,
what does your morning routine look like?
Well, it's really important to me that they all get a good start on the day. And I'm particularly concerned about that hefty leader, Phoenix gentleman that we have, because I know that he will need a good, sturdy breakfast to keep him strong. So Bonnie rushes into the kitchen, hunts around madly, and yes, gets out her pork sausage and proceeds to make sausage gravy. And what does everybody like with sausage gravy? Biscuits, of course. So she wants to make biscuits. Looking around, she's realizing that she really doesn't have her her book handy for is it flour that you put or self-rousing flour? She's just not sure, so she hunts around and espies her book lying over on the side of the counter, kind of underneath some old mail that she got and just discarded because she never looks at her junk mail. So she picks up her cookbook.
And as you pick up that cookbook, you notice before it's one of those cookbooks that you have made yourself over the years. It has some rather pretty binding. You paid to have the front of it embossed with some silver lettering that simply says Bonnie's Cookbook. You navigate around Phoenix's sleeping figure still in a chair at the table. And as you pick up the book, the lettering starts to glow a little bit.
Oh,
Just
my.
ever so faintly, but you can see it.
Well, that's unusual. It's never done that before. That's so odd. And I think I would pick it up, look at it, and start to open it up and look.
Yeah. And as you look through it, most of it's exactly how you remembered, but you notice that there are recipes in here that you do not remember ever having written in this book. And handwriting, beautiful, swoopy handwriting that you don't recognize at all, but it's quite beautiful. And the recipes look absolutely stellar. In fact, you see one in there about robust butter biscuits that look like they might be perfect for the occasion.
I do not remember that, but robust butter biscuits with sausage gravy sounds divine. Let me try that. I think I have everything I need to make it. Oh, this is going to get us off to such a good start for the day.
And as you make those biscuits, this recipe is just perfect. It's exactly what you were looking for. And they turn out wonderfully. As they start to rise, people start to wake up with the smell of of biscuits and sausage crackling. People start to wake up. It's still dark out, and you can hear a little bit of a light rain. Maybe.
Come and get it. Breakfast is waiting. How you start the day. It's the most important part of the day. Come on, everyone. Let's get going.
Right. So is everyone waking up, starting to move that way, except for Phoenix, apparently?
Was it a restful night, or did we dream or have nightmares at all?
So I would say most of you had a pretty restful night, but only because you were so exhausted. It was one of those you were so tired, the dreams wouldn't even come. A dreamless sleep. All right.
I think Neil would awake from his bottom drawer, his bedroom, wearing his long, overlong nightshirt and his nightcap. After having a wonderful rest, obviously, as always, his ears are tucked into that nightcap. And he would walk into the kitchen, just give a smile to Bonnie, knowing that breakfast would be coming. And I would grab the closest chair to Phoenix and just nudge it just ever closer to him, and just hop myself up on my chair. Obviously, this is gonna be the table. Like, the table's still gonna be like here. But I'm going to hop myself up on my little chair right next to Phoenix, ready for breakfast.
And I think we see Neil's hat mostly and his head. And then as we look over, you don't really see most of Phoenix. You get like a quarter inch of his beard, because if we recall, he's got a newspaper over his face that's like flapping up as he snores. And he has not moved since, despite the loud awakening call and the smell of Bonnie's better butter biscuits.
However, you are awakened, Phoenix, as you loudly hear a knock at the door.
I think Phoenix actually like rolls out of the chair into like a combat position immediately. It's like just like a trauma response, just like bam, he's like ready to go.
And I think between the knock and Fennec's reaction, Temperance would startle more than perhaps a knock warrants and would be like cowering a little bit, like jumping behind the table.
If I remember right, weren't Temperance and Raven sharing Bonnie's room?
I think we were, yeah.
Yes, they were.
In that case, not realizing it, Raven kind of has Bonnie's pillow kind of smushed into her horns.
Love it.
Oh my. Is that the door?
Yeah.
Bonnie starts to step out. Can she step out? Yes. And she heads for the door.
As you do so, a figure who, Bonnie, you actually recognize is at the door. A Dragonborn, who is one of the other guild representatives, but of the Smiths Guild. A Dragonborn man by the name of Custer. Custer.
Oh, I am so delighted to see you this morning, and you are just in time for Bonnie's Better Busket Biscuits, whoops, and sausage gravy. Come on in. What is with you today?
And I would also like to introduce our immaculate guest, the wonderful, the singular, shady DM, who will be making a cameo appearance today.
Shady!
All right. All right.
Hello.
Oh, it's a little fuzzy coming through.
It's fine. We'll do without it. Hello, Bonnie. It's been a while.
It has been, but I'm delighted you're here. Come on over to the table and let me get you some breakfast. Ladies, you need to join us. Phoenix.
Well,
Sweet little Neil, can you move over a little bit and help get a chair for Custer? You know Custer, surely.
I slide down off my chair, and I will be walking around, rearranging chairs and pulling things across. I mean, like, to everybody at eye level, this is just gonna look like chairs are just moving themselves around the room. Like...
Phoenix, what is your response as Custer kind of walks into the room?
Yeah, I think Phoenix sort of kind of does a double take and says, Custer, is that you scaly old cuss?
hello, Phoenix. I would say it's a pleasure to see you again, but I've seen dirt on the floor with much more deserving of respect. Very, very just... I guess it's fine to see you. I've actually come here not because I'm here to, exchange pleasantries or anything like that. I've come because I have some things to deliver to you from Percy.
Yeah, at this, Phoenix's whole vibe changes. He's been kind of like relatively genial and bemused most of the time that we've seen him. But at this point, he just gets very, like, sour. All right. Well, out with it.
I don't know exactly what he wanted, but he told me to deliver some items and a letter to you.
Okay.
Okay. That's all you have to say. Is okay.
I don't know what anybody expects from me at this point.
Surely we expected more than a sleeping, whatever pitiful excuse this is here, throwing yourself a pity party. I had more respect for you.
Listen. The Phoenix you know is gone. He ain't coming back.
That's obvious. Yeah, that's very obvious. I'm not here to try and save whatever friend I knew before. I'm just here to deliver this letter from your son.
And you
Well,
see as Custer has a small rucksack on his back that he kind of unslings.
It's a bunch of junk in here that he wanted to give you, along with some other junk I've brought because I don't need it. It's junk. I figured I'll just toss more trash with the trash that's in front of me.
Oh.
I think Phoenix just darkly chuckles at that.
All right. The first thing that he pulls out of his bag is something, Phoenix, that you recognize immediately. A set of armor, well worn, beat to all hell, and covered in nasty spikes. You recognize this as your old adventuring gear.
Yeah, I mean, I think Phoenix just sort of like picks it up and sets it over beside himself.
Comes with a letter. Are you awake enough to read it, or do I have to read it for you?
Phoenix just holds out his hand.
I hand you the letter.
Then, something that you were actually expecting, Phoenix, as he reaches down off of his side and pulls a very nasty looking blade that you brought home from Chult and had asked him to take a look at.
I've got this Yikwa you wanted me to look at. I would not like to handle it anymore. It's got a dark aura around it, and it seems you've put yourself in the company of dark auras. I'm getting some weird vibes from one of you. Maybe you should go see a cleric or something. Get yourself into church. Something is very, very off about.
He looks over towards Temperance's direction as he says that.
Temperance shrinks into the corner even further, if that's possible. Would I recognize that knife?
You would recognize the style of as
okay.
a Yikwa, which is a common weapon that is used in Chult. So you would recognize the style, but you don't know why he would be saying it's evil. I mean, unless there's something else about it that you can't simply see. It does look rather ornate. You see it has a Damascus pattern. Hey, I'll pick the shirt anyway. A Damascus pattern ingrained in it that is quite ornate, but you're not sure why he would think it would be evil.
I think, Phoenix, you've definitely lived up for the requirements to handle such a despicable weapon, considering how far you have fallen. Maybe one day you will do Dana some justice and become the man she once knew you to be.
She got all the justice she was going to get from me when she took everything and I left.
It's an interesting way to see it for yourself. She took everything from you when it was all your doing.
I mean, she took it and I let her. That's the best she's going to get from me.
Phoenix, I respect you for trying to do the one thing I felt I never could do. You tried to be that family man. You and I both knew it wasn't for us. You still tried to pursue it. As much as I would want that, I knew I could never be there for them the way that we should be. And I warned you about that, and you still chose to do this. You failed your family. It is no one else's fault but yours.
With
I
that,
wish I
Phoenix. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I wish I could say that I would love to stay around and relax with you, but I don't like the company you're associating with, Phoenix, and I don't like the path that you've gone down. I'm going to continue to serve the almighty Bahamut and live my life in his vision and do the things that I'm meant to do. If you feel you are meant to continue to live in this hole you've dug yourself, then you do that. But don't blame anyone else but you.
You
Never
also,
do.
Phoenix, as you look down at that blade, you're still a bit curious. Of why it called to you to begin with, and why Custer is so seemingly repelled by it.
Try not to catch scale rot on the way back to the high city, Custer. Puddles around here are a little stagnant.
I'm sure I can get no filthier than you. It was nice to catch up with you, I guess. Bonnie, it was a pleasure to see you again, and it was a pleasure to meet all of you. Don't let this filth drag you down to his level.
Oh, Custer, can't you stay and have some sausage gravy and a butter biscuit? Can I fix you one for the road?
No, I'm fine. I'm going to go back and attend to some matters with the guild. I have some very urgent business to attend to. But thank you for
Well, give my greetings to all those that I know, and well, I hope you get to feeling better about everything.
I wish I could say I have hope for some people, but I kind of think they're past that right now. But thank you again, Bonnie. It was a pleasure to see all of you.
Well,
I'll see you next time.
Certainly. Well, I hope it's soon.
As soon as fate will let us. Goodbye.
And with that, Custer turns around and leaves. Thank you so much to our wonderful Shady DM.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
We love you, Shady.
I think Bonnie would frantically be trying to get the biscuits and the sausage gravy on the table and encouraging everyone, asking everyone if they'll eat. When she puts it down in front of Neil, sit down and eat some breakfast, Neil. You'll have a much better day if you do. It's sausage and biscuits.
Is this a new recipe?
Well, I don't know. You haven't been... Well, no, it wouldn't have been you. I can hardly read your writing. You know, it's the oddest thing, Neil. My cookbook had some recipes in it that I just don't really remember. And yes, those butter biscuits are one of them. Please try them. I know you're going to love them. Come along, everyone. Let's have some breakfast. And Bonnie is just rushing around serving people.
And
The
Phoenix,
whole time the drama was going on with them, Raven's just been sitting there with her peanut butter and the biscuits and just slowly kind of that popcorn motion of
yeah.
Very nice.
Phoenix, you see on the table a number of things here. Most importantly, though, there is the letter. There is the blade, along with a smaller note attached to the blade. What are you opening first?
I guess let's start with the small note.
Okay.
We'll put the other one off as long as possible.
So the small note, written by Custer himself, just says, Hellfire Yickelwa. When used to kill a mortal, their soul is immediately damned to Avernus to live as a Lemure in the river Styx. You can add a Hellfire Yickelwa to your inventory.
Wow.
You remember picking it up after having found it discarded on a mission in Cholt. There was something about it that intrigued you. You've never used it, so you're glad to see that you had not inflicted that fate.
Okay.
And the other letter sits there, sealed with a seal that, well, let's see if you recognize it. Go ahead and roll me a history check and see if you recognize the seal that is on the letter here, the wax seal.
Right, we're rolling this with a hot +0. No inspiration
Nice.
in the tank. Let's go.
As you do.
It's going to be a fat 10.
Okay. 10 will be enough for this. This is the symbol of Eltergard, the realm of the realm of which Elturel was the capital city.
Yeah, I guess Phoenix kind of cocks his eye at that. I think he's putting off as long as he can. He opens the letter.
Okay. I'll share it with I'm going to put this out there, and obviously I don't think your other characters would know this, but you see the letter. And it reads as such. Father, if you still wish to identify as such, I have sent some of your things to Custer Nexon in hopes that he can find you in whatever corner you have situated yourself in. My wife, Lormi, and I have joined the Holy Knights of Eltergard in order to live a life of meaning in service to Torm. Therefore, we are relinquishing ourselves of all non-essential possessions. For some reason, I couldn't bring myself to simply throw them out. The armor is still good, and it could stop you from getting killed, assuming you even care to prevent that eventuality. Also, we need you to know that we have not seen Dion in some time. His tavern has sat abandoned for nearly a year, and no one seems to know where he has gone. We are hoping for his safety, but implore you to look in the city in case he has gotten into a jam. Maybe you live in the gutter together. As always, you know the conditions of reestablishing contact, and until those conditions are met, and if those conditions are met, you are welcome to send us a message. Until that time, please refrain from contacting us. May Torm's righteousness bring you back to us. Sincerely, Percy.
Phoenix just shakes his head.
Bonnie smiles and puts sausage gravy in front of him.
I think Temperance would have just taken a biscuit without the sausage gravy and
try the biscuit. Try the
writing
gravy.
in her journal
Try the gravy.
while he reads that. I'll
You
just
must,
have-
and you
I-
too. Raven, be sure you have some gravy. It's very important.
I'm like
Puts gravy
face
on
deep
her
in it at this point.
Peanut butter biscuits.
Yeah. So, first of all of you who are eating are welcome to add 2 temporary hit points from her cooking. And her
Bonnie will
treats.
eat some also. I mean, she's going to eat more gravy than biscuits. She knows
Relatable.
what's good.
So, with that, Phoenix, how are you outwardly reacting to all of this having happened?
Yeah, so Phoenix sort of like puts the knife in his backpack and just starts like very slowly putting on the armor. Yeah, he's very clearly just, it's probably hard to read what his actual emotional state is, other than just like not happy, right? It's like some combination of like anger, self-loathing, bitterness, frustration, embarrassment, just a whole cocktail of the darkness of the, human soul.
On seeing him put the dagger in his backpack, obviously I don't know what the letters or the writing has said. Felix, if you would like me to, I have a capability to investigate items that have any kind of somewhat magical capabilities and are able to define them as such. And it seems to me that looks like it could be some form of magical item, like my spoon.
I think at the mention of the spoon, Fennec sort of does like the Blinky Man gif real quick. You know, the one where he's like, but he doesn't really, he sort of just grunts and slides the piece of paper over for you to read. Not the letter from his son or whatever, but the little note about the knife.
May I keep this?
Sure.
He lifts his hat up and like tucks it under his hat.
Temperance, there was something about Custer that just made you a little uncomfortable. It wasn't that he seemed like an unsafe person or even a bad person. Those certainly weren't the vibes that you got from him. But you just felt deeply as if being near him was wrong.
She scribbles that in her journal.
With that, what does the rest of the morning look like, guys?
Well, I would spend some time in the washroom, washing behind my ears, brushing under my fingernails, dressing myself, reholstering my spoon from my bedroom, and adding the new note that I have into my notebook. Somewhere in there, it is just going to get shoved into the spell book. It's just going to get mashed in alongside everything else.
Neil junk journals.
Yeah, absolutely. He completely it's literally
amazing.
like he has this little note, licks the back of it, sticks it in somewhere, hoping that it's going to stick. It probably won't, but it'll be in there somewhere.
Everyone eats their fill, feels restored and ready.
Yeah, Fenix does not eat.
Okay.
Once he finishes putting on the armor, he just sort of goes to stand outside the front door and just like 1,000-yard stares off into the middle distance.
Does Bonnie have like a small backyard?
Yeah, very small, but yes.
Raven will go out there in the morning sun for a little while after she's gotten ready.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. Certainly feel connected with the small nature of the city. It's a comfort to you.
Things look a little greener, flowers a little brighter.
You reach down to a tulip that, as you grab it, seems to bloom a little more. You just feel the connection.
Bonnie would step to the doorway. She's gathered her things up, including her book and her spatula, and has one biscuit with some sausage gravy in it. And she walks over to the door where Phoenix is and says, "Phoenix, can't I offer you a biscuit and some sausage gravy?" Phoenix
Sighs very deeply, reaches his hand without looking, picks the biscuit up, like the sausage part is just in his palm, and just sort of like shoves it into his mouth. He eats maybe a third of it in one bite and lets the rest of it crumble down the front of his like spiky armor.
Ugh.
Oh, well, there you go. You're just going to feel so much better.
He wipes the rest of it off on her like door jamb, kind of.
Always good to hear from friends, isn't it, Phoenix? Excuse me, and she'll tape the edge of her apron, and she doesn't even really touch the door with it, as she just gets the edge of her apron almost to the door. Prestidigitation occurs, and the doorknob completely cleans itself off. She seems very surprised by that. And she glances over at Phoenix and
Phoenix
thinks a second
didn't even
and
see it.
flips the edge of her apron towards him just a bit surreptitiously, and some of the sausage gravy kind of comes off of him, and he starts to look a little better. Bonnie shakes her head, walks back into the house, and starts to gather everyone up. I suppose it's time we should go and attempt to check into this bathhouse.
Do we have any leftover pies?
I'm not
We
sure.
just had
I think
breakfast.
everyone ate them all.
I'm gonna
That,
look for some miniature pies within the house. There may be some stored within my drawers, more than likely. Feels like an appropriate place for them to be.
I love the ambiguity on if your drawers are.
What kind of drawers?
Yeah, which kind of drawers we're talking about there.
I mean, that was the idea. There was definitely meant to be ambiguity. No, yeah, no. I'll hunt for some little treats for later use.
Okay.
Temperance,
As-
once Neil is finished up in the washroom, she's gonna go in and do wash her hands like 3 times, especially after the weird feeling she got from Custer, and then prestidigitation herself dry, and then she'll come out with everybody else.
You guys walk through the bustling streets, even fairly in the morning, as you are getting a early start. It's still pretty busy. And eventually, you make your way, although you have already seen, to the bathhouse.
Well, did we want to try to reconnoiter a little bit, or shall we just go in?
Should at least get a little look around, not just barge in.
Well, it's a public bathhouse, so I'm assuming they're used to people coming in and out.
From what we saw last night, particular kinds of people.
Good point.
I've never been to a bathhouse before.
Neither have I, Neil.
For the first time, probably since we left the house, Fenix sort of like hefts the battle axe on his shoulder and kind of like gestures at the flaming fist badges and says, "What are they gonna do? Object?"
Well, I don't think that force is quite the right approach here, necessarily. I think us barging in, weapons drawn, might make people less inclined to help us.
Might make the rats we're looking for scurry.
Well, then perhaps we should just go in as customers and at least ask if they have any baths available. I'm willing to do that, but I don't think that, well, that reconnaissance is anything I've ever done. But if someone else wants to glance around while I'm speaking with the concierge, then I would be very happy to do that. Neil, pull your hat down over your ears, please.
Is this better?
Yes. Thank you, dear. We just don't want people, giving you any problems. They don't know how sweet and dear you are. Phoenix, obviously in that accoutrement there that you seem to be wearing, you wouldn't actually be looking for a bath. Do you just want to uh, well, what do you want to do, Phoenix?
Find the rats in the hole.
Right. Well, should we try to create some sort of distraction and then whoever of you might be the stealthiest, start to look around a bit and see if you find any way to go down, O'Neill? I do so hate for you to put yourself in danger.
I'm going to take Cleo from around my neck and give her to Temperance, and then wild shape into a mouse.
No.
Easy enough.
All right.
Phoenix does the blinky gif again.
Cleo does do a sideways look, very conflicted for a half a second.
I love it. Temperance very gently puts Cleo like over her shoulder and is like, doesn't want her to fall, so she's very like careful about it.
Okay.
Neil
All
is
right.
rustling through his backpack for a new pet leash.
Well, our mousy friend, where are you going?
Well, they're kind of doing the customer thing. I want to just sort of scurry around, see if I can overhear something, maybe get a general layout, look for hidden doors, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
While they're distracting people as customers.
Fair enough. All right.
You know,
Feel free to move yourselves around.
Cleo might be a distraction. Perhaps we can use that. And Bonnie is thinking maybe she'll move inside. I got to find where we all are.
Bottom right is where your characters are.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yep. The gates are unlocked and ready for you to move in.
And is that the gate there on the middle south?
Sure is.
Okay, so I think that Bonnie would start to move inside, looking for someone that she could ask questions of about, like she's just a potential customer there in her apron, which actually she's not exactly sure she understands it, but she feels somehow better protected wearing her apron. And if anyone goes with her, then again, Bonnie has kind of whispered and suggested that Cleo might be a bit of a distraction to cover the mouse or Phoenix or anyone. So
as you walk into this courtyard, you notice that it is quite beautiful. It's a well-maintained lawn with several fountains bubbling and with nymphs that are frolicking in the water, or statues of, we must say, frolicking in the water. It's very well-maintained. It's obvious that this is a place, especially for the lower city, one of the nicer places to visit.
I would like to just sort of make my way over to the fountain and peer in. Are there any coins in it?
There are, in fact, some coins in it, yeah.
I'm going to scoop a handful of coins. And
all
put
right,
them in
you can add 3 silver and 10 copper to your...
Just and completely shameless, like literally no...
You also see a sign right next to it that says, all coins are donated to the Baldur's Gate Needy Children's Fund.
Great.
So
that's 3 silver. How many copper?
10.
No.
You know, I don't even know if like the sign may be like, if this is a movie, I think we get like a shot of Phoenix from the back, and the sign is like right there, and he just doesn't look at it and scoops them up.
Love it.
Temperance is gonna lean over to Bonnie and just say, how's that snow? I didn't think that's what that was for.
What,
Those
dear?
coins.
I'm sorry. What?
You know what?
Bonnie was oblivious.
Never mind.
She never saw it.
Don't worry about it.
Listen, it's like the take a penny, leave a penny. That's what it's for.
Yeah, Bonnie was oblivious. She's just like being the potential customer. She doesn't.
I mean, listen, guys, I don't know how much more clear I can make it that Phoenix has been scraping booze money out of the gutter for months.
Temperance is going to take Bonnie's arm and cast guidance as she does so.
Wonderful.
We are not even approaching like a nadir for Phoenix at this point, where this is purely middle of the road for him right now.
Love it. Okay. Yeah.
Feeling
Again, feel
that.
free to continue moving your characters.
Okay, feeling that feeling, like all of a sudden, again, in addition to with her apron, she feels more protected. She just feels like she has something a little extra and really, really appreciates that. Don't I have that too? Yeah. She just feeling so friendly, reaches over and pats Temperance and is going to inadvertently cast guidance on Temperance.
Love it.
Am I able to see Raven? Obviously, as a mouse.
At the
around?
moment, yes, as she is not
Okay.
hidden.
And are these windows up here?
They are, but they are like tinted windows. You wouldn't be able to see through them.
No. So my thought is does there seem to be any kind of like latching?
No, these are fixed windows.
They're fixed windows. Okay. Because my thought was just lifting her up onto the windowsill to try and see if I could get her in.
As soon as somebody opens the door to step inside, she'll scurry.
Well, and,
Yeah,
and Bonnie is sailing on past towards the door.
I was thinking
just
we,
didn't know
we would
where
be
the door.
walking.
Door
I
is
think
right
the
here.
door is over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bonnie is sailing right again towards the door, just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm such a good customer. And
Yeah.
I think if that door is open, Bonnie's going to walk
It
through
is certainly unlocked, and as you do, you are met. The first thing you feel is the moisture in the air. It feels kind of like going to, well, a public pool. And you can smell some incense that are around quite nicely. It's rather not busy. You only see a few customers there. There is a bard in the corner playing a little bit of a relaxing tune, and a lady who is mopping, but then as soon as she sees you, she kind of sets it aside. Oh, customers, it's so wonderful to see you. Looks like an older human lady who is like, oh, yes, well, are you here to patronize our establishment?
Well, I hope so.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, a day pass is 1 gold, and for that you get a rental of a towel and a bathrobe, and you get to bathe in our wonderful baths. As much as you like, you can come and go for the day. For an additional fee, we also offer massages.
Oh my, that sounds very interesting. Well, there are several of us here. I need to see what anyone else is interested in doing. And how would Bonnie find out how much gold she has?
It's on your. You definitely have at least one. It would be in your inventory. You should see under inventory, way at the top right. You should see gold.
Okay, so that 15 over there is gold. Okay,
Yep.
so Bonnie is nodding at everyone else. Like, are we going to do this?
Neil's already rooting around in his pouch.
I mean,
Raven's already made her way in towards.
Yeah.
Raven's
Make a
a mouse.
stealth
Around.
check, Raven, unless you are not trying to be sneaky.
Oh no, she's a stealthy mouse.
Okay, go ahead and make that stealth check.
While you
Advantage because you are small.
While you make that check, my sheet says I have 10 gold. I would like to propose that I roll a d10 and subtract that amount from my current amount of gold. Is that acceptable to you?
Yep.
we got a bunch of gold loot. I
Oh,
think.
that's right. That may be where the 10 gold came from.
Yeah, and I
We
don't
picked it up
have written
from-
down if we divvied it up or what. Like, I didn't write that down.
You know, I don't
unfortunately.
think we did because I think I just assumed whoever found it,
Oh,
was there.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it would have
Phoenix
also made
found it.
sense for Phoenix to just hold on to that. I think that.
Yes,
would have-
Yeah,
okay.
I
I have
think Phoenix-
listed 32 gold, 15 silver, 2 gold piece worth of necklace, 1 gold. Oh, two gold necklaces, 1 gold ring with a white pearl. So actually, yeah, I've got. We didn't ever divvy that up. So I guess I have.
Yeah, I
all of
think
that on
posterity.
this.
I think if I'm right in thinking, and if anyone in chat remembers, or if any of you guys remember, I do think that Phoenix said at the end of the kind of bar fight, etc., that he wanted to divvy it up once we got back to the house.
Yeah,
and
we
that
just kind of never
kinda-
did that.
I think we forgot about the gold. So
Yeah.
Okay.
it's up to you if you want to divvy it. If Phoenix would.
I mean,
Or
I think he
Phoenix could
would.
just keep it.
No, I think he
Either
would
way.
divvy it up because he took it off the bunch of like pirate dudes that we killed, right?
Yeah,
So,
guys. Yeah.
Do we need a treasurer?
Always. Not
okay.
it.
So
Raven
that's like
rolled-
6 gold and 4 silver a piece, just out of the gold pieces.
Nice.
Say that again for
6 gold, 4 silver.
6 gold. 4 silver.
Well, I don't think we've been a team long enough to really know we're a team, do we?
Yeah,
So
but I think
would-
Phoenix would have made a point to divvy it up evenly with everybody.
Well,
He may
yeah,
be
that
stealing from
part, but as
children, but
far
he's
as-
not stealing from the party.
But as far as a treasurer, I mean, that usually
Oh,
comes up
right.
when you decide to
Oh,
put
I meant
things in the
us
middle.
as
In general.
Read things
Humans.
up.
Yeah.
The players.
okay.
not
I
the-
usually try to keep track of stuff like that, but I just didn't. I wrote down what we got, but not whether or not we divvied it up. But I will
I
write
did
that.
because I thought it was Phoenix's. Okay, so everybody gets 6 gold and 4 silver. Do you want to take away your 10?
And then it's 3 more silver on top of that
Yep.
from the 15 silver we got.
So I will say, Raven, luckily for you, an 11 is just going to be enough, but as commoners have a passive perception of 10, you just eked by that one, as you will be able to go around with your 11, you will be able to go around without being noticed.
Okay, and I am going to roll a d10 and subtract it, so I 5 of the original 10 gold I had been
Okay.
previously spent on carousing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. All right. So what are we doing in here? What's everyone? What's our?
Yeah, Bonnie doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know at this point whether what anybody wants. So she's just looking at everybody else to see what they say.
Yeah.
Well,
The lady would say, "Well, feel free if you haven't decided yet. You're welcome to look around at our amenities before you decide to commit. Just we would ask that you not enter any of the baths or take any of the members only what do you call them? Materials.
Conveniences?
Conveniences, yeah, sure.
As Bonnie looks around at the people that are bathing, do they have clothes on?
Yeah, they're in like bathing suits for the most part. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I haven't worn anything like that in 40 years.
And you would go, well, luckily we have plenty here that are freshly laundered that you can borrow with the price of admission for a day.
Oh,
Or, of course, you are welcome to bring your own.
oh,
There are some
Pleasant.
people who decide to bathe al natural, and that is their choice and within the purview, but most choose not to.
how quaint.
I just kind of, I want to be clear about what we're looking at. So we're looking at like towels on benches and then big pools of water. And
Yep.
then there's like some doors. Did she say
Yep.
are those like massage rooms or?
That was the implication. She said
Okay.
that they do offer massages, so if you
Gotcha.
your skills of induction would lead you to think as such.
Okay.
And you said the massage is an additional fee.
Yes. We charge an additional 6 silver for an hour massage.
really good rate.
You say that, but don't forget, like the wages that you get at
True.
a normal person's wages would be like 20 gold a week. So 5 silver would be the equivalent of like, I don't know, $100, $150.
Oh, I guess.
So-
Fair, I guess. I think we would like to look around a bit, if that's all right.
Of course. I do believe our massage rooms are engaged, but you can knock and see if you would like to talk with either of our providers.
I think I would also like to know a little bit more about your typical clientele. Who else
Oh,
regularly stops by? How often? What the busy hours are? That
of
sort
course.
thing.
Well, as you would imagine, evenings and weekends are our most busy times. We pride ourselves of serving a diverse clientele here in Baldur's Gate, as there are no class restrictions, as you might see in the upper city. Anyone who has the coin is welcome to join us at our wonderful establishment.
And you haven't had anybody unusual come in recently?
Oh, there's this old man who comes in and certainly likes to, well, he bathes the way aforementioned. But aside from that, not too bad. He has our annual pass, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Oh dear.
But he doesn't bother anyone. He just stays a long time.
That's unfortunate, but all right. Well, I think, what do you think, Bonnie? Shall we take a look around?
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, yes. And Bonnie is going to attempt to, particularly while you were having the conversation, if you're asking questions, kind of whatever, she's going to attempt having an idea that if that mouse is paying attention at all, that mouse needs one of the massage doors to open in order to be able to get in. So Bonnie is sashaying around like she's looking, being not trying to be secretive at all, just being like the goofy little old lady that she so wholesomely is. And she is going to go over and attempt to just open one of the doors, hoping that she'll at least have it open long enough that a mouse can get in there.
Well, it was unlocked. So, okay.
Overhear anything in this?
You would hear all of that. Yeah. They're not being quiet. So you would hear absolutely all of that.
People over here, are they chit-chatting?
So these aren't. This is a halfling lady who seems to be lounging and isn't talking. She's just kind of sighs, relaxed, and the bard over here is playing some jaunty tunes. But right now, the three individuals are all on their own, so you wouldn't have had anything to overhear other than the conversation that they were having.
And I think Temperance would continue to try to engage the lady, asking about, is it 24 hours? She's trying to channel the snobbish people from her childhood about,
And she listen, she is the perfect host, giving all of the answers. So Bonnie, as you open the door, you see that there is a tiefling woman on the table, completely nude, receiving a massage, as a little gnome woman is standing up on the table massaging, and she just goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to lock the door. If you would, please." And she kind of rushes over and nicely, but tries to shut it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Scurry under a cabinet or something.
You got it. Okay.
And Bonnie is actually going to drop her book and fumble like, "Oh, I'm, whoa," and then we'll pick it up and do whatever and take as much time as she possibly can to get back out the door.
So a weird thing happens. You drop the book and you notice you drop it in a little bit of water, but as you pick it up, the book is totally dry.
Oh. So sorry. Oh dear. Oh. And she wipes off the book like it is wet, and then is just very frustrated not frustrated, surprised that it isn't wet, and sticks it back in her voluminous pocket of her apron, and her eyes sweep the room. She's giving it a shot. Does she see any other exits or entrances or anything that looks interesting to her?
Okay, well, first of all, in that time it was open, you would have at least got enough of a glimpse to open the room, but the door is very much closed now.
Okay.
So basically, as soon as you open it, there was maybe 2 seconds to look, and then it click shut, as it's generally not best practice to let you look at the naked practitioners.
Well, sure. And so Bonnie, quite flustery, is, "Oh my, excuse me, and then would probably...
and at that point, you would see her say, "Oh, please, if you would knock for..." And then it was just too late.
And I think Bonnie's going to do the thing that sometimes people do when they're embarrassed in something and they're looking around to see if anybody saw them fall down or whatever. She's going to espy the person over in this blue pool, immediately adjacent, and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. And oh dear, I've never been here before," and try to start a conversation up with the person in the pool.
Yeah, and they seem to be rather talkative. It's a human man, probably mid-40s. He'd be like, "Oh, you need to be a little careful there, madam. I'm sorry if this is your first time here, but yes, the rooms are often engaged."
"Oh, so you come here often?" "Yes, this would be my first time. And I'm just so interested about how everything works. I've never had a massage. Have you? What's it like? What do they do to you?"
And they have the conversation. He strikes up quite readily. So with that, let's go to Raven, who you hear profuse apologies from the woman over here as she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I didn't lock the door. It must have been a terrible oversight." And then the other one chuckles and says, "You know, if an old lady saw my behind, then I guess that's just the day I'm having."
Any other conversation?
They kind of go back to their normal. She seems to be gossiping about her job as the gnome lady is continuing. It's very mundane hairstyler talk. Yeah.
Any thing that would look like a hidden door or
that would be a perception check.
As me or the mouse?
As you keep your faculties. Yeah, your physical stats change.
That's a great big 6 for Raven.
You see nothing.
Zoinks.
Zoinks, Scoob.
Okay, she is going to, with nothing interesting going on in this room, and since she's a mouse, if she can get her little nose under the door.
Roll me a... We'll call it a sleight of hand check at advantage. Or just general dexterity or sleight of hand, so... It would be using the mouse's dexterity, but at advantage.
The mouse's dexterity?
Yes.
Otherwise, I rolled a 13.
Yeah, it's the mouse's dexterity.
Okay.
So,
extras.
So it would be the 11 plus whatever its dexterity bonuses.
+0. Okay.
The 11 will still be enough to get underneath the door. So... It's not terribly hard. You got squishy bones.
Yep. And then scamper to the other door.
All right. Much the same. Go ahead and make that check again at advantage.
I think while this is going on, Temperance would be looking for any evidence of a trapdoor or anything in the main room.
Perceptigation.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, 13. You're able easily.
16.
All right. Yeah, so this one, there's a human woman in here. It seems to be disengaged. She is simply lighting some incense. It looks like she's preparing the room for the next customer.
I'm gonna
Sorry, go ahead.
hang out in there just in case.
Okay, yeah. All right, so with a 16 on that perception check, you are... you look around and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. The
I
only
rolled
thing
a
that would
21.
Oh, even better. With a 21 then... much better. So what you definitely notice is that these baths seem to have a natural flow plumbing, and it is hot water, which is interesting. That is not the type of thing that you would usually see. So they must have some kind of sort of special hookups to the plumbing, as hot water is usually a luxury only regarded for the high city and the wealthy. So you can see how it is that they are so popular, as that is not a common feature.
She would ask did we get the lady's name? The person in charge? Okay.
She didn't bother.
Yeah, and I don't think that she would, but she would ask, how do you get the hot water for the baths? Is there like a basement boiler system, or do you have the magic?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, although I do know we are connected to this directly into the water system, the sewers and water system here.
Do you mind if I take a closer look at the baths?
Well, I think that you would need to pay to get into the baths.
Well, I will wait for my companion to come back, and then maybe we will discuss that.
Okay.
I want to step forward to the lady, to the patron of this place.
Mm-hmm.
The baths. Do you scrub behind your ears when you're in the bath?
Yes, I do. She seems quite flustered by the question.
And
so not these baths. These baths are less cleaning yourself baths and more relaxing baths.
Well, if you were to pay, would somebody else clean behind your ears for you? Because it's fairly difficult to see behind your ears.
Sir, are you... We don't offer those kinds of services here. This is not that sort of bathhouse, I'm sorry.
Oh. I just thought it'd be easier if somebody else could clean behind
Yes,
your ears.
everyone thinks it's better for someone else to do it, yes.
Oh. And what's a massage?
She goes, Sir, I think that you are looking for services that we do not offer. I'm so sorry.
I don't know what a massage is.
It's all
That's
right,
what
Neil.
they
I'll
all
explain it
say.
later. I'll explain it later, all right?
So, with that, Raven, did you roll that? Was that your 16 perception check?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so that 16 perception check. So you get a good look around the room, and this room is about as normal of a room as you could hope for. It seems to be massaged. The table is made of stone, which is kind of interesting, but you don't see any hidden doors or anything in there.
Okay.
I would like to. I look over at Temperance and say, well, if somebody isn't able to clean behind my ears in a bathhouse, then I don't think this is the kind of bathhouse that I need, because my ears need to be scrubbed quite regularly. So I'm going to spend some time outside, and I'm gonna try and shoot a sly wink at Temperance to kind of nudge that I'm going outside to do something else.
At this point, the door opens and the masseuse walks out, as well as the tiefling woman. And as she walks by, she turns to Bonnie and says, "You're lucky. I usually charge for that," and then just walks out.
I like her.
Bonnie smiles, but you can tell she has no idea what the woman is saying.
Well, and then as that she kind of walks by, she said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry for the rudely closing the door on you. I had meant to lock the door. Was there something you needed?"
No. So sorry that I bothered you. I was just, well, it's such an interesting place, and I've never been to a bath before, and I just was so curious as what was going on, and so I do beg your pardon, but this lovely gentleman here has been explaining to me all about massages and things, and so nice talking to you, and Bonnie heads back for everybody else.
Yeah, well. She goes, "Well, all right, I guess I'll," and then she just kind of walks back into her room.
I before I leave the door, I kind of turn to Bonnie and say, "Bonnie, you need to get a massage."
You think?
And I'm kind of doing this face of please do this. I need to do something. I need you to create time.
Well, all right then. If that's what I'll do it. I'll pay my gold piece and my
Well, it's only 5 silver for the massage. The gold piece, if you're not going to indulge in the baths, just the massage, it's simply the 5 silver.
And I'm gonna kind of quietly back out of this door.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
suspicious. I'm gonna go outside, and I want to kind of scramble around these bushes and try and find a little quiet spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to spend the next 11 minutes, or I think it's 11 minutes. No, 10 minutes even. To ritual cast detect magic.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, so while
I'm
that
going
is
to
happening,
spend some time with my book and concentrating on all of my stuff that I have written down, finding the right things in the right places, because half the spell is in one page and half of it's in another page.
I love it.
There's a bit of gunk somewhere.
As you do that and you pay, she says, "Well, I'll have you back here now, ma'am." She kind of rushes. She turns and guides you to her room.
All righty. And so Bonnie just follows along. So glad to have gotten some direction and is moving right along in there and is ready for whatever will happen next.
And she says, all right, here. And she hands you a robe. Please change into this as she turns around to work on something, giving you a bit of privacy.
Okay, Bonnie has no problem shucking everything except for her apron, and she leaves the apron on.
Oh, Jesus.
She turns around and sees you in just the apron and goes, people, listen, not the weirdest thing I've seen. And as that happens, she starts the massage. And first of all, go ahead and take inspiration for your relaxing massage.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
I think while Bonnie's getting the massage, Temperance is gonna, all right then, I guess since we've got the time, go ahead and give a gold piece to get in the bath.
Excellent. You may also take inspiration as the bath is quite
Sweet.
relaxing.
Can I go to the dark
You can go to
blue
any
one?
of them. I just
Okay,
dragged
I'm
you
gonna
into
go to
one.
the dark blue one.
They give you a robe as well as a bathing suit. You do notice there aren't any changing rooms, so I think they just kind of expect you to go for it right there in front of God
Temperance
and everyone.
does the Girl Scout put the robe on and then take everything else off underneath the robe. Anybody who's a Girl Scout will understand that. And then get in the bath and then like feel around with her feet to see if there's anything weird and try to figure out where the pipes are going in and
Investigation
out.
check.
Sensible. Good job.
Yeah, perception check on that one.
All right.
Phoenix just wordlessly hands the woman a gold and sort of goes over into this corner and begins doffing his armor, which is going to take like 10 whole minutes to do.
All right.
Temperance definitely is doing one of these. Like,
I love it.
that was a 14.
Okay. Yeah, so you do find the drain. You can feel, you know how like in a pool, you can feel like how the jets are out. It's not nearly that high pressure, but you can feel some flow in and some flow out. It seems like the water is constantly cycling to keep it from being stagnant. And it is warm, which means there has to be some kind of pumping system or something. All right.
And then whenever he finishes, Phoenix just sort of like climbs into this bath and just like sinks down below his head and kind of like pops up every 45 seconds.
You see a little cloud emerge
it's
from
bad.
around him.
It's rough. This poor guy probably is getting out of this bath immediately.
He doesn't get out, but he does scoot over. All right.
I think honestly, the water probably fizzes a little bit.
All right, you can go ahead and take inspiration as well, Phoenix.
If nobody shows up in
Yeah,
this
no one
room,
does.
Okay, then she's going to scurry out and she's gonna like check the walls for maintenance hatches, maybe kind of scurry over here, see if she can find anything at all that would be at all useful.
Yeah, so
As
you would
you're-
know. So you would know, just like, you don't think because there's no space that there would be enough space for a trap door in most of these places. But go ahead and roll that perception check. Yes, Temperance.
I was just gonna say, because she probably didn't hear a lot of the stuff about the water flowing and the hot water and stuff, that I'm gonna send that information to Raven via message.
Got it. Easy enough.
Because I have that.
That
as
is a
cantrip.
19 on perception.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so-
subtly point my finger in that direction. And
Yeah, so you do a full lap of this place, of the inner room here,
Mhm.
and you observe every nook and cranny, and you do not think there's anything here. You find a couple places where it seems like that you might be able to move things into dust shafts or stuff like that, but nothing that would be out of the ordinary.
I
Okay.
should have mentioned also, Phoenix leaves his armor just sort of, and like most of his clothes just bundled in the corner. He does take his axe and just like set it on the edge of the bath so that it is within easy reach.
You do get a funny look, but they don't seem to stop you.
Yeah. And then he just sort of like lays, like he's mostly underwater, but like just his like nose and mouth are barely above water. He like everything is muffled, and he's just like staring up into the flickering torch.
That's me in real life every time I get into a pool. Every time. First thing I do. Anyway.
And I think that Bonnie would have tried to have conversation with this lady, and the only thing that she would be aiming for is to find out when the fewest amount of people are there.
Yeah.
Like,
so she says, well, this is about as light as the traffic gets. There's a few people who like to spend most of their days here. They'll buy a monthly or annual membership and then just come by all the time. But this is the weekdays in the morning are certainly our least busy times, although we do close at sunset.
oh, I wondered about that. That was one of my questions.
Sunrise to sunset.
Oh,
You got
I
here
see.
not too long after we opened.
Very good to know. Oh, you are just doing a lovely job. What are those wonderful smells of things you're rubbing into my shoulders? And more
she gives you the whole,
conversation.
she gives you the whole lowdown.
Okay.
She's quite the conversationalist.
As soon as she gets a chance, Raven will scurry back outside and check the perimeter.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Just inside the walls or outside as well?
Inside and outside. She's just
Okay.
gonna scurry all over the place and see.
One
if
more
she can find-
perception check.
That's an 18 on perception.
So as you're scurrying around, you do notice over here in this back corner that there are 2 drains on the corner on either side of the building, which would strike you as weird that they would have 2 in such close proximity. At the that'd be the northwest corner of the building.
Do they look like they're coming from the roof, the same direction? Same.
So when I say drains, I mean like sewer drains in the ground.
Oh, okay. Does one? I don't know how to phrase this. One smell particularly worse than the other?
No, neither one of them do smell particularly worse than the other. They both have that kind of sewery, not like just sewer watery smell, not like waste, but sewer water, like stale rainwater.
The sweet,
What about
sweet smell of
sounds?
sewage.
Like, does one sound like the water's rushing a bit more than the other?
No sound of rushing water from either of them.
That'd be weird, right?
Especially since it rained earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She's gonna take note of that so she can share it with everyone later. And then continue scurrying around, seeing what else she can find.
Yeah, and that's the only thing of note.
Okay. And you said it was like the north.
Yeah, northwesterly
West?
corner.
Okay.
Basically, you can think there's like one drain on one corner and one drain on the other side of the corner.
Okay.
So would Neil's detect magic spell have finished by now?
Yeah, it will have finished at this point. So
Yeah. So once it's ready and I'm aware that it's working, I'm gonna kind of head back in.
yeah, you do see some sparkles of magic around the drains and pumps of each of the pools, and it does seem to be. I assume it would be conjuration magic, is what seems most likely to me.
Conjuration magic. Okay.
Yeah, or no, transmutation. It would definitely be transmutation.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that would kind of I tell you what I'm going to do, actually, is I will go back up to the lady now after sensing that kind of magic effect there.
Mhm.
Would I be able to pay a gold, and I pull a gold piece out, pay a gold, so that I can make use of the bath?
You just want the bath services, no additional services, correct?
No, No, just a bath.
She kind of like gingerly, skeptically takes it from you. All right. And then you see her like physically turn to watch you as you move away.
And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna head up to the same bath that Temperance is at.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna take off everything but my bottom layer, basically. My hat is obviously staying on. And I'm just gonna kind of like dip in. Obviously, I'm gonna have to stay on the edge of this thing, like on the step. But I'm
It
gonna
steps
kind
down, so
yeah.
it's made for people of multiple sizes. It was designed with such accommodations.
And I'm going to sidle over to Temperance.
First of all, take your inspiration.
I already have inspiration from DM, so I don't know
Well,
if I can
that
take
sucks.
additional.
You
Rip.
only get one.
Yeah, I
Should've
thought
used
so. I'm going to sidle up to Temperance. Temperance.
Yes.
There is magic at work. And I kind of point into the water at the kind of bath vents in the water. Specifically that of the transmutation nature.
Do you think it's what makes the water warm? Or would it be, do we think it's something else?
I can't swim, so I'm not going down there to check.
Okay, all right. Okay, and then she will hold her nose and duck down and like
make an Arcana check.
Stick her fingers down there and Arcana. Where is it? There it is. It's a 4.
You're doing the thing like a little kid does where you like plug the drain with your hand and then you feel the build up. You just get kind of amused to doing that and forget to even really look.
It's all novel. This is fascinating.
All right.
Any luck, Temperance?
I'll come back up. No, I mean, there's a drain and I can feel the water going through it. But I couldn't tell if there was anything in particular going on.
Oh God.
I
just look at her like wide-eyed.
I'll
hold my hat.
I'll hold your hand, and she'll reach down and
I take my hat off and hand it to Temperance with utmost care.
And she, because it clearly is dear, she will take it and just hold it like in one hand.
Like 3 things fall out of it too. Like there's a scrap of paper, a crumb of food, and a couple things. All
she'll put the stuff back in and hold it like upside down so the stuff doesn't fall out.
Okay.
And then she'll take his hand. She'll reach out and take his hand.
I'm gonna try and reach down to
She'll give you guidance as she takes your hand.
Oh, thank you. I'm grab that hand and I'm going to reach down and try and Arcana check as best as I can.
Yeah, with guidance.
The minute Temperance kind of goes underwater, Cleo's gonna like slither off.
Well, no, I guess I would have left her with the clothes. Was my kind of assumption, but
she's well behaved.
We released so many animals into this bathhouse. This is not up to code.
So not up to code.
Raven's gonna drop wild shape and come in as herself.
Okay, yeah.
How do I roll with guidance? So I roll.
So you just roll the regular check, and then you just add a D4 afterwards.
It's a D4, yeah.
And you don't have to use it until you see the roll.
That was a 21.
Yeah, so for example, if you're like, hey, that's high enough, I don't want to use it now, you have 10 minutes before you use it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I want to use that.
Okay. Yeah.
Just real quick, I hate the end, but just real quick, Phoenix has like come up out of the water a little bit, and like he just has the lower part of his face, and he's just like moving his head back and forth to feel the water move through his beard.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, beautiful.
But he is continuing to stare blank faced off into the middle distance.
Temperance sees Phoenix pop his head above water. She's going to send via message. There's something magic with the drains and the pipes. We're trying to figure out what.
Phoenix nods.
All right. Yeah, with a 21, you do think that the one coming in is heating the water, and the one leaving is actually prestidigitating the water clean.
Very clever.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, Bonnie. So your massage is it's an hour massage, and it's actually starting to. She's like, this is deep tissue massage. So you hear some. It's almost chiropractic as you get some pops going on in there. It's but it's going pretty well, and then eventually the hour does end, and she kind of patches hands you your clothes, and is like, all right, well, please feel free to come back.
I think as Bonnie tries to get up off the table, she staggers, and she makes the stagger even a little bit worse. And her point is to see if anything happens to that table when she staggers against it.
No, rock solid. The table is.
Okay, she then.
But go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay,
as you're
but
obviously
she also
looking around.
is going to lurch towards the table that has the supplies on it and do the same thing, trying to fake into old lady losing her balance just to see if she has any action there. So what is it you're telling
Perception
me?
check. Yep. Or perceptigation if you'd rather do investigation.
Okay, I got to get my mouse in the right place. Hold on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps going up to the TV. Okay, let's see. So I can either do perception
or investigation.
And I think they're the same. Yeah, there we go. And it's a straight roll, and I rolled a 4.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
you just kind of
We're
stumble
awesome.
around vaguely.
Okay. Gathering myself, get my clothes on. She probably helps me get my clothes on because she wants me the heck out of there. And it's odd doing underneath, with the apron on, and I'm pulling up my drawers and whatever. And Bonnie is going to give her 2 silver as a tip because Bonnie knows how things work. And then
she smiles, thankfully.
She is going to stagger out.
I want to try one little thing before I consider getting out of this bath. I want to take that little bit of scrap of paper that was in my hat, and I want to drop it into the prestidigitation hole where it's going, and I want to count how long it takes to come back out.
Oh, yeah, so it goes through there,
and
it's at least 10 minutes, and you haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. That's fine.
In that 10 minutes, Temperance will help Neil wash behind his ears.
It's greatly appreciated.
You've got big ears. I can understand the difficulty.
I mean, I can't see behind them, so I don't know what's going on behind there. And Bonnie is always saying, Neil, clean behind your ears, wash under your nails.
It's not as bad as you think. It's not. You actually have been doing a fairly good job, even though you can't see back there.
I mean, I'm sure she's trying to take the green off my ears, but it doesn't come off.
No.
Raven will pay her gold for a bath and ask if they have any kind of product as far as horn polish or anything for like itchy horn nubbins.
We do, in fact, yes. That is part of the services, along with shampoos and oils. You are welcome to take one. To take some, and they point you over to a wall with some shampoo and other products.
Nice.
We do have quite the tiefling clientele, and dragonborn as well.
Interesting.
Seeing that everybody is doing something and not wanting to take a bath, she doesn't want to get her book wet if it'll get wet. Bonnie is going to nod at the lady, and then Bonnie is just going to walk outside and saunter around, and she's not particularly good at it, but she's probably going to sit on every bench and look into every fountain and maybe even reach out and touch any fountain she can. What she's looking for is to see if anything moves.
Perceptigation.
Investigation again. Let's hope.
Or perceptigation, either way.
Let's try perception this time. Maybe it'll be better.
Don't forget, you have got your
it will be
inspiration
18. That's
18,
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
you sit on everything out there, and the only thing you notice is that same thing that Raven notices. Over here, the drains here have that, and you also see just the smallest flicker of light coming from them.
Mm.
Okay. I think that Bonnie is going to, in looking around, she's going to do a thing where she's going to whirl a little bit and nudge her book out of her massive apron pocket and drop it on the ground again.
Mhm.
And as she leans over to pick it up, she's actually going to attempt to see if she thinks that that grid on that drain is something that would be easy to lift, like maybe more movable than she might have
Yeah.
thought.
So as you do that, the grill is heavy and it's fixed. But as you look, you do see underneath there, instead of the normal sewer, you see a torch attached to a sconce.
All right. And then Bonnie is going to decide to get her daily exercise and she's just going to walk up and down and around. Now she's walking, not sitting. And what she is doing is looking to see what is around her in this general area. Like, for instance, if we come back at night or something.
So as you look, you can see, you get a pretty careful look through here. And you see whatever it is that is there does in fact connect inside the building. You kind of look and see the tunnel move underneath.
Okay. And what about buildings or whatever around? In other words,
there are other buildings and stuff, but they seem to be they don't seem to be related.
Okay. Or busy in particular?
No more than you would expect.
Okay. So I've determined there's a tunnel under there, but the grid looks really heavy and unmovable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Bonnie's going to wander. Having exhausted all that, she's going to wander around, sit down on the bench, and wait for everybody to come out. Hoping that they do. If not, she'll eventually go in after them, I guess.
What else is everybody doing at the moment here?
I think not too terribly long after Bonnie left Temperance, and we've got Neil's ears taken care of. I think I would have gotten up and reverse Girl Scout dressed underneath the bath. And,
Raven would have just disrobed in front of everybody, just druid
Love it
type thing. She wants to see if she can figure out who owns the bathhouse.
Yeah. So you say, so our proprietor.
Play it off like that it's kind of a novel idea that all species are welcome.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yes, no, we actually are quite proud of our proprietor, Thelmara Vanthaper, and that's a name that strikes that anyone who's listening would recognize. She's one of the high dukes of the city.
What was the name again?
Thelmara Vanthaper. I'll put the name in. I'll copy and paste the name in chat after game.
My dyslexia thanks you.
Yes. So
There's no way I was sounding that out.
Yeah, all of you are familiar with her for sure. It's like knowing who the vice president is. So,
I think if Temperance gets out of the tub, I'm probably gonna follow and reposition my hat to. Do you know what? Actually, this time I'm not covering my ears. My ears are very clean, and I'm very impressed with how clean they are. So I am proudly displaying my ears, and placing my hat with all belongings underneath it, and redressing. Probably still wet. Like, I don't feel like he's dried off at all or thought about even dry. He's just put his clothes straight back on, no consideration for what's going on.
Yeah.
And is ready to go.
So at this point, she would say, "Sir, were you looking for a massage? Only a small upcharge."
Is she talking to Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
I think I feel like Phoenix understands that like nobody's had a breakthrough here, so he's like he doesn't want to spend the money, but he also feels like it can't really hurt to take another crack at that room.
Mm-hmm. Maybe roll something higher than a 6.
Please.
So,
That'd be nice.
so yeah, he sort of like gets out of the water, makes no effort to like style or dry or do anything with any of his hair. It naturally dries into that weird spiky shape most of the time. But yeah, he'll sort of and he'll just like scrape his, like, he doesn't like pick it up nicely and like he just sort of like maybe even nudges the whole pile of all his armor and crap just around the corner. It's like scraping across the marble, making like a
as
noise.
You do, she reaches over and picks it up for you and brings it in, like nicely tucks it over on the side. All right. All right.
Yeah.
If you're looking around, go ahead and roll that perception check.
Oh boy.
Also, Pixel, give yourself chat inspo because I just put it in there.
Okay, thank you.
Because I'm nice.
Let's pop that in there then. Okay, we're gonna take a crack at this. My perception's a hot +3 here, friends.
That's better than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got a 13.
13 is going to be enough, thank God. All right.
Yay!
As you look over here, there is the crack in the wall that's the seam holding it together is significantly wider than it should be.
And where's that again now?
Over on this corner of this wall, the north corner.
Okay, there, okay.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. The crack in the wall of the
like
seam.
where the corner meets, like where the sides of a meeting, they don't meet perfectly or where like you would expect them to.
Okay. I mean, obviously that's a Pixel is not really understanding the vision of that, but I'm assuming Fenix gets it.
So, yeah,
is it like there's just a big hole in the wall?
No, it's just so you know how when they would meet, it looks like they have like wall paneling. It just like doesn't mesh seamlessly.
Okay.
Like the wall panel doesn't mesh together. Like someone had forgotten to put in the filler between them or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that you're pretty confident that there's something there.
Okay.
So,
does it look to me, and maybe a 13's not enough to get this, is this just like we go push on it? Do I think that there's some kind of mechanism? Do we kick it in?
You're not sure.
Okay.
But you haven't sat down yet.
Yeah.
You're just kind of hanging around.
Sure.
As you stare over in that corner, she's like, "Is there something I can help you with?"
I guess I look around. Is there like a robe situation? Does she try to do the same thing to me? Okay. And when she turns away to look the other direction, like I think I might try to maneuver myself around this side of the table so that in order to look away from me, she's not looking at that corner.
Yeah, easy enough, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna, while I'm making rustling noises sounding like I'm putting on the cloak, the robe, I don't know, touch the wall to investigate, see what I might need to do to...
So
I'll start by just pushing on it.
Okay, as you push on the wall...
And maybe make it look like I tripped a little bit, although my charisma sucks, so that's probably not very convincing.
As you push on the wall, you find that other hallway. And I think that's a good place for us to take our 10-minute break.
Okay.
Can do.
Yep.
Hot diggity.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back at 6:55 Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us over the break. That's it from me.
All right. Excellent. Well, as Phoenix opens that door, she goes, "Oh boy. And then she literally just walks out of the room.
Oh.
She is like, I can't, I don't know, I didn't, and then she just leaves.
Just leaves.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't leave the whole thing, but she does leave the room.
Phoenix walks, sort of pokes his head out the door and says, "Hey, y'all, I found it." And then goes back in and starts redonning his armor.
Temperance will walk towards the door and just point out and send a message to Bonnie. Phoenix found something. Better get back in here or something along
Bonnie
those lines.
will rush back in, and because she investigated the drain and she doesn't see him in the pool, I think she's heading straight for that room. And she sees the woman's out of there.
Yeah.
Says, "Excuse me, dear, I think I left something behind," and she's going to head in there.
Yeah, she'll just, oh God, no, I don't, okay.
That she'll she'll make eye
She certainly
contact
doesn't.
with anybody, on the way, including Neil, as in, come on.
And you can easily, you easily are able to work your way in there. And
if Raven sees everybody kind of rushing towards the door, she'll jump out of the bath, grab her stuff, not put it on, just grab her stuff and start towards.
Love it. Yeah, easy enough.
I'm
at that point,
the
she's
last
looking at you
person through the door.
Yeah, the lady's looking at you. It's like,
badges.
did you all need something? Did you? Is everything okay?
Yes, dear. We'll just be a moment. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the other room.
No, I was thinking about, but I don't know what's in there yet, so never mind.
I am going to stand up, very upright, display both of my badges, and say, "My ears are perfectly well and clean. And this is now my jurisdiction," and just walk off and walk into the other room.
All right. Easy enough. Well, you guys walk in there, and then
How much can a person do with prestidigitation?
a decent amount.
Is there any way that Bonnie can
Yeah.
she probably can't rip anything out of her cookbook, can she? What this is what I'm wondering, if there's any way that Bonnie could do is make a sign that says "out of order" and stick it on that door right there. No. Okay.
No, not really.
Okay, then she slams the door and
I mean, there's a lock on it.
And locks it. She slams the door and she locks it.
There you go.
Thank you for reminding me. So
Yep.
yes, when we all get in there, Bonnie locks the door.
Raven's tugging on clothes.
All
Temperance
right.
is patiently holding Cleo for when you're ready for her.
She takes her back, puts her back around her neck.
Neil is covering his eyes from view.
We'll follow you, Phoenix.
And
Nice
you make
job.
your way down the hallway into a room. Now, the first thing you notice as you get to the bottom of the stairs is there is about 2 foot of water on the floor throughout this area. The smell is pretty rough. It doesn't seem to be full-on wastewater, more stagnant water.
Oh my. How much does Neil weigh?
Not a lot.
Not a whole lot. I'm just over 3 foot. Like, not even. I don't even think I'm 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
He's pretty teeny.
You're up to about your neck.
Oh,
Great.
Average
just wash your
goblin
ears
weight is
clean.
like 40 to 45 pounds.
It would be
Um,
difficult to carry him. It would have your speed. And this is already difficult terrain.
So if it's to his neck, then it must be just above my waist.
Yeah.
Because I'm like 3 foot 11 inches, and 3/4. That 3/4 matters.
3/4.
Bonnie just finds it incredible that this would be the in and out for, like, if people are using this. I think she wants to quickly look at the stairs a little more closely to see if there was any other way, because
Not that you see.
not that I see.
well, Bonnie, it's actually quite smart to have a bathhouse be the in and out, because if you're all muddy and gross, you just hop in the bath before you leave.
I
That was a
suppose
waste of a gold.
It was
I
a bit,
managed to
yeah.
get myself off screen, Doc.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
My ears are still clean. His head's like above the water. He's holding his head above the water as
Oh.
much as he can. My ears are still clean. My hat is clean. Oh God, this is not good.
Well, we did pay for the day, so we can always go back.
Well, let's go forward. They may have some way of sending a message to say that we're coming. And as we look and start to move across, I would help Neil any way I could, but you're saying that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it looks like there are a couple of exits over there. I would follow Phoenix. Wherever Phoenix go, Bonnie follows.
Yes.
Oh wait,
Uh,
I am going to use my adjust density, and I am going to half my weight.
There you go.
To make it easier for somebody to carry me.
Okay, if you tell her
Well,
that, Bonnie will pick you up.
As soon as you adjust density, you start floating.
Oh, great! That's even better. I'm just
That's
like
awesome.
bobbing on the surface.
You are, in
then,
fact,
then
doing
Bonnie
that.
pushes you.
and Temperance will prestedigitate the gross so that you're all clean again.
Yeah.
I'm constantly aware of my ears. My ears are staying above water as
And
much
you know,
as I possibly can.
as Bonnie is pushing you across and you're in front of her, she's going to say, "Neil, that's the best your ears have looked in a long time." Nice.
Temperance.
You two are going to deplete your magic if you keep prestidigitating some things.
Well, let's
So-
journey on, shall we?
Phoenix's inclination is to check the thing that's directly across from the door first, since we're kind of already in that
and
And
direction.
as you
so-
wander that way, you can see a little more.
Temperance is going to cast mage armor on herself also.
Okay. See a small room over to the left, and then a hallway down to the right. Seems to branch off farther.
Okay. I mean, obviously what we're after is deeper in, so unless anybody objects, Phoenix is heading down the hallway.
Bonnie's right behind him,
Okay.
pushing Neil along.
Could
So Neil is in between.
can I cast Mage Hand? And I just want to be kind of sweeping the water, like underneath the water, to kind of see if there's anything actually there as we're moving.
Yeah. You catch on some stuff, some debris, some rocks and grime, but nothing that would be worrying or nothing that's too
Okay.
interesting. Yeah. Yeah, as you walk around the corner, Phoenix, you see that there are a stairway up into a area that does not seem to be flooded.
Okay. I mean, I don't think there's much to do other than carry on then.
Feel free.
Okay. Neil, you would actually be in front of us, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be like
so-
in front of
Yeah, there you
in
go.
front of Bonnie behind Penny.
As you go around the corner,
Yes.
you see a room with 3 doors.
Boy.
Oh, not a room with 3 doors.
It's
Oh,
always a room with
I
3
know.
doors.
Every time.
Unless there's
time.
4 doors.
The true nemesis of every D&D player.
Doors.
The doors.
Always.
Yeah.
It's a bit
All right. So, as you walk into this room, it is empty, but all 3 of the doors are quite ornately carved. In the first one, you see on the easterly door, so this door over here, if I turn on the ping, the easterly door, you see a tall armored man wearing a bucket helm, and his right gauntlet is painted black and has shackles. On the westerly door, you see a powerfully built skull-headed man with long curved blades where his hands should be. And on the southerly door, there is a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under the cowl, but in his skeletal hands is clutching a human skull. If anyone would like to make a history check, you are welcome to do so.
Do that, but I don't expect to know much.
I'm going to.
Take that back.
I'm going to
12
forgo
for Raven.
a history check.
You can actually would want to go ahead and make this because there's something specifically where you might know that.
Okay,
All right, okay.
21 for Bonnie. 21.
Yeah, 21.
I got a 19.
And a 19. Yeah, so both of you.
18 for Neil.
18. Yeah, all three of you would recognize this. After hearing about the Dead Three, you would recognize the depictions of Bane, who is who has the gauntlet, Baal, who has the blade hands, and Merkel, who is holding the skull. The three evil gods. So you believe that you are in the correct place.
Good to know.
Okay.
Well, what do we do now?
Pick a door.
I mean, if it's right that these are those gods, it seems like, their followers each have their own little hidey hole, right?
Wasn't there some mention of us seeing a specific cult?
I don't think so. I think the Dead Three were murdering random civilians. We were dispatched to deal with cult cells by Captain Zodge. Unsure of the whereabouts, but Karina had info.
So yes, the cult of the Dead Three was who you were looking for.
So
Yeah, I
it
have
seems like
eliminate
there was
any
no
cultist,
specifics.
collateral damage, okay. I don't think it was specific. One of the specifics. I think it was any of
All
them.
three of them.
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do any of us know anything specific about each of the three gods?
With a 21, sure. Yeah, absolutely. With a 21, an 18, and a whatever. Yeah, so
19.
19. So Bane is the god of tyranny. Think of him as basically fascism as a god. Is more or less what how he is. He's a god of tyranny, of complete order, and of forced order. Merkel is a god of necromancy. He supports not just liches but undead as a whole. There are several necromancy gods, but he is one of them. And then Baal is the god of straight up murder.
Do the statues look as if they require something, a ritual?
So they're not statues; they're just
sacrifice?
doors.
Oh, they're just
They're
like
just doors.
Encanto doors, like
Yep.
Encanto doors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Encanto doors, except evil. Evil Encanto doors.
I would question Abrella's door.
Phoenix turns and asks the group, "Anybody good at finding traps?"
I mean, I can take a look, but
Perception.
Just seems like the entrance to an evil cult's place is a prime spot to,
that
Well,
Put a
Phoenix,
trap.
you're so wise.
I got a nat 1 for a
They look
total
fine.
of 3.
They look fine.
I don't see any traps.
All right, well,
That's what I got.
where first?
Well, they're all pretty bad, and I don't know if there's a particular order or anything, so
Neil, how long do you get to be so light?
An hour? I think it's an hour.
The feature is 1 minute or until
Oh,
my
so it's
concentration ends.
So it's already gone.
Yeah, it'll already be gone by now.
Oh,
But I can cast it as many times as I want.
Okay.
It's just an action.
well, I just wondered if we would want to send you, dear, to do a tippy-tappy, with something.
Well, so the area you're in right now is not in water. You came upstairs and then
Right.
out
I'm
of the
thinking
water.
about a light-weighted
a
person
lightweight
tapping
for
around.
Travis.
Gotcha. I see.
So that's why I want to know. But he's also lighter anyway. So just to take like I could do it with my weapon, but I'm a heavier person. But
Oh, I
do
can
the tappy thing.
cast Mage Hand and just try to open the door. See if anything happens.
Go for it. Which one? North, south, or east, west, or south?
We'll go east. Why not?
All right.
And
As
it's got a 30
door
30
creaks.
foot range. So
the door creaks open, was not locked.
and I'm just gonna have the mage hand like run fingers around the edge of the door and the floor and like press on the tiles on the floor and things like that.
Yep. For now, you seem to be okay.
And do you want me to open the other doors or should we just go down this one?
Well, I would say just pick one so as not to let anyone else know we're here if we open all the what? Phoenix? You think
No, I was
differently?
nodding at that logic, yeah.
I'm going to take note of what Temperance is doing, and I'm also going to have Mage Hand held like kind of. I'm like for now. I'm going to be constantly casting Mage Hand and keeping it active to
I will.
touch around and make sure that we're checking things over.
I will
Okay.
also do that. And her mage hand looks just like it's made of smoke.
Love it.
I think Bonnie gets her spatula out.
Holding it menacingly.
You bet your Red Rider.
It's a great mental image.
All right.
Love it.
I mean, can't deny this is some Scooby Doo. This is some Scooby Doo bull right here.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, if everyone's good, Phoenix is going to head down the hallway.
Well, does that make
Okay.
Phoenix Fred?
Are you staying in the middle again, Neil?
I'm probably going to hang back a little.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
So-
like right behind Phoenix.
Yeah, so as you come down this way, this is where you start hearing some noises. You hear a scream along with a, "Tell us where he is!" And then another scream, and then a smack, and then a scream.
Sweet.
You know, fun stuff.
No. Oh no.
I think Phoenix is going to like stop and wait for people just shy of getting in the water. Give everyone a chance to catch up if they're going to.
And Bonnie is going to look for someplace on Phoenix that doesn't have a spike. And remembering how that other thing felt from before, she is going to cast guidance on Phoenix.
You got it.
What I would like to do, Paulus, is I would like to make an Arcana check to make use of my hat. My hat of wizardry to try and cast a different cantrip.
Yep.
And I would like to cast Shape Water as
Okay.
we're moving through here. Specifically, I want to clear the water so that we can see into the water.
Yeah.
And see if there's anything going on
Roll
in the
that
water
Arcana
as
check.
we're moving. That is a 22. So
All right,
that
so-
succeeds.
And you see as you grab it, the sediment clears down, and the floor seems to be flat. It just seems to be flooded, best you can tell.
Did I preemptively cast bark skin?
You totally can. How long does it last? I think it's an hour.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You got it. So I believe that's AC 17, is that right?
Mine says 16, but I'll take a 17.
Yeah, no, it must be Stoneston. It's 17 then. Anyway, if you have a shield, you still get to add your shield's bonus to that, though. So, okay. Go ahead, guys. Feel
All
free to
right.
keep moving yourselves.
Yep. Phoenix is going to
And Bonnie
like
was
peek around the
basically-
corner.
Hoping that guidance, because it only lasts like a minute, would get right.
It's 10 minutes.
It's 10 minutes, okay, to getting me out around the corners.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. You get this partially collapsed room here. It's unlit. You see wooden beams that seem to be holding everything up. And the noises are much louder here.
Do I get a sense of like what direction stuff is coming from, or is it too hard to tell?
Up the stairs around the corner,
stairs.
easily
Okay.
over around here. Yeah.
All right. Well, not much to do but step out. I guess Fenix would like make his way to the beam a little bit for like it's not a lot of cover, but it's better than nothing as he's like breaching.
Okay, yeah. So that will
Bonnie moves right in behind him.
you see as these two figures are seemingly torturing a hooded man here. You see as one of them grabs a red hot thing and puts it right up against his stomach, and you hear another scream and ah! And they yell, "Tell us where he is!"
Fenix looks back at everyone briefly and cocks the eye, sort of like do we just rush in and start swinging, or are we talking to these people kind of thing? Like, doesn't say anything, but just kind of gives them a...
I think Bonnie gives him a let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Before I kind of point a finger in the air just to kind of above the water, so that hopefully people can see me. That I'd like to try something before we jump straight in.
Sure.
I'm going to use I think I can use my Hat of Wizardry on repeat. I'm going to double check that, actually.
I think you could do it once a day. I remember. I could be wrong, though.
Apologies, that is correct. You're absolutely spot on. Does my cantrip formula... oh, no, that's when I finish a long rest. Okay.
Yep.
No, that's fine. Ignore me.
Okay.
Carry on.
All right, well... if all else, if the vibe is we're just running in there, then Fenix is going to run in there and start swinging. So,
Can I cast Earth Tremor inside the room just to kind of startle them?
So let's go ahead and roll initiative, and you guys will obviously have surprise on them, and which means they will not get to react until their turn. So,
okay,
but we'll let that be the action that you take. But it's time for some more appropriate music.
Yay.
Yay.
Ooh, my rolls this week, man.
Oh,
Oof.
mine too. Yikes. Well, I have time for lunch while you all do what you're going to do.
Luckily not, because they all rolled terrible too.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I got an 18. That's pretty good for me.
Yeah,
I'm
Are
not
you
saying a
going
hot
to ask
8
for
over
a
here.
roll stock? Is that what
I
you're
am.
doing?
I will just confirm them
Okay, so
with you.
okay.
All right, let me turn the music down just a tad bit.
Oh, I need to unmute this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll Phoenix, and then
I think I have an 8. Did it not come through?
it didn't for me, but if you got an 8, that works.
Oh, it just said to self. Weird. Yes, it is. It is a.
Okay,
It is an 8. Chat
Well,
can
it's-
confirm.
I believe you.
I mean, look, if I was lying, it would be better, right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I have both Neil and Raven with a 7.
Yep.
Who would like to go first between you two?
I think it would in my opinion, it would probably be Raven before me.
Yep.
Okay. Why is the music not working?
I hear it.
I hear it too.
Oh, you hear
Yeah, I hear
and
it.
I
Do you
usually
have-
don't hear it.
Do you have the tab
As long as you
muted,
hear it,
or-
that's all. As long as you can hear it, that's all I care about. I don't need to hear it anyway.
Okay, you don't hear it. It's
Okay,
pretty
chat
quiet. I
does
try. I
hear.
leave it kind of
Won't let me
quiet,
hear
Kiwi,
it
so it
at source.
doesn't overwhelm.
Yeah.
Okay, chat
that's
does
fine.
not hear it.
Oh, well, that's weird.
Well, it's just quiet.
Either way,
Now,
I just paused it and restarted it. Whatever. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
mine's coming through my computer, Pixel.
Oh, weird.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I got distracted. Did we say Neil or Raven was going first?
Raven.
Okay. So Raven will go first, and then Neil. And then I had an 18 for Temperance,
Yep.
an 8 for Phoenix,
Correct.
and a 3 for Bonnie.
That's right.
Okay. Temperance, you are up.
I mean, getting the nod from Phoenix, I think she's just gonna try to shoot a guiding bolt at what's the range? Oh yeah, the range is definitely good for that. Towards let me zoom in a little bit here. We'll go with the lady in the front, or the person in the front.
She's
All
not
right.
a lady.
Well, the female person in the front.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. You have advantage on this, as they are
sweet.
surprised.
Advantage. Roll. Good God. Oh, it's a 14. Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 14 will not hit.
Wait, hold on. I want to see if I have a thing that I can do.
We have inspiration.
I do have inspiration. I actually have double inspiration at the moment. So I'm going to use one of my inspirations.
Okay, go for it.
And
Roll again.
Roll it again. And hopefully this time it will hit. Oh, that's better. 18.
Are you
18
using
will
chat
hit.
inspiration?
I will use chat inspiration.
Go.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, an 18 will hit. Roll damage.
Okay. It's in my way. All right. Oh, that could have been better. It's 10 damage.
Okay.
And because it's guiding bolt, the next attack roll against that person has advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're kind of glowy a little bit.
Got it. Okay. That will take us to Phoenix.
Okay. So the water's difficult terrain. So I'm going to dash. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. And then 25 is half. And then he's going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The closest he can get is there. He's going to bonus action rage. So once again, he doesn't yell or scream, but you just watch his eyes go flat as he readies his axe.
Okay.
That's it for Phoenix.
Raven.
Now that her party member is in there, she's not quite sure if causing an earthquake is quite the best idea. So 5, 10, 15, half movement, because icky water.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna move up a little bit as well.
Yes, feel free.
I'm going to hit this one with Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire's AoE, so you would hit both of them.
Okay. Dex
Okay.
13.
Okay. 13 exactly on the first one.
Ooh.
And then a fail on the second one.
Yay!
Second one, you have advantage on your attack rolls against the second one.
Sweet.
Okay. All right. With that, that will take us. Do you have a bonus action?
Don't think she does. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my staff.
You got it. Okay. Alrighty. That will take us to Neil.
Well, I'm going to start by tippy-toeing my way through the water, up to here, and I'm assuming I can see both of these from here.
You can, yes.
Above the water. That's fine.
Though the second guy is harder to see.
Yeah.
But you can still see both of them.
So I'm going to aim a chill touch
At
at
advantage.
this one. That will be... Let's have a look. That is a 14 to hit.
Okay. 14 does not hit, unfortunately.
Can I burn my
Of course.
inspiration? I'm gonna burn my DM inspiration. So
Okay.
Ugh.
Unfortunately
That was
not. You were not meant to hit that one.
Damn.
Okay.
I am going to use my bonus action to I'm going to try and like squish my hat down and hide as much as I can, so like dip into the water a little bit more and try and hide myself.
Yeah, so you don't need to roll a stealth roll. If you're under the water, they just won't be able to see you. So you'll essentially have total cover under the water.
Oh,
but you
awesome.
also,
Perfect.
yeah. Okay. All right. Lady is no longer surprised. Bonnie.
Okay, Bonnie moves up to where Phoenix was behind the pole, and she fires off an Eldritch Blast at, I get the front lady.
You got it.
Who is it, a lady?
No advantage on this, and she's no longer
Okay,
surprised.
17.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't she guiding bolted?
The guiding bolt got burned. with Neil.
Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So
this guiding bolt
17 unfortunately bounces off her shield. She is heavily armored. Congratulations, you have discovered her AC.
Brutal.
Yeah, she's tough. Did I mention that I don't know how level 2 characters survive this dungeon?
You did mention that.
This dungeon for level 2 characters, I have never run it for level 2 characters and not at least had one character die.
Wow.
That's why you are level 3.
You think we're going to make it with level 3?
I do think you'll make it with level 3. Level 3 is a big jump up power-wise. You get a whole lot of extra
all those second level
goodies.
spells, man.
Yeah. Second level spells and subclasses.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Well, Bonnie's horrified by that. She doesn't even know how. What she had done was stuck. I want to tell you what the Eldritch Blast that didn't work looked like. She had stuck her spatula out and is shaking it at them, and a blast of energy comes off of that thing that's actually like a rotate. Like if she had been mixing dough beyond belief or whatever, whipping whipped cream. That's what the motion that comes off of her Eldritch Blast looks like.
And you see her turn and bat it away with her shield. Okay. We are at the top of initiative again with Temperance.
All right. I am going to... I think I'm going to shoot a Sacred Flame at that same person in the front.
You got it. Roll the hit.
That is a dex save. Yeah.
Hey, that's a good choice. Okay, that was a 6.
Yes.
So they fail.
That's a fail. So
Yay!
that is 1d8 of radiant damage. So that's 5 damage.
Okay.
And then for a bonus action, I am going to pull out the, where is it? Spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Which I have never used before, so I've got to look.
All right, and what does your spiritual weapon look like? I believe we talked about this, but go ahead and inform.
I think it actually looks like one of those knives. One of those,
okay.
I forget what it's called.
Eucalyptus? All right.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me make a token. I can do this. On the fly, token manufacturing. Hey, it's like me during my normal games, but I'm not nearly prepared.
Yeah, and that's probably largely because she just saw one and it triggered memories.
Here's
for
what
her.
I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna drop it on the map, and we'll make a token for it later.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Controlled by Temperance. Okay.
Okay. And then I forget. Let's see.
Yeah, and go ahead and move it where you would like to move it. You can cast it. Basically, I believe it's 120 feet. So, or it's 60. So either way, it's in this room. It's not going to matter. You can put it wherever.
Yeah.
You can cast it up to 120, but only move it afterwards.
20 foot.
Okay, I'm gonna put it here.
You got it.
And
is that the one that's already been hit, or the other one?
The other one.
Yep, and it can take its turn, and it has advantage if you attack the other one.
If I say that again.
So it has advantage because that one is fairy fired.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yes. Then I'm gonna do
He's
that one.
sparkling with lavender and mint green magic.
Soon he'll be the feature of a best-selling There are
I did not do
blockbuster
that
series
with
of
advantage,
movies.
So let me do that one more time.
Best-selling books and blockbuster movies in his future, man.
You know it.
Okay, that's a 16
A
for that one.
16 will hit that one.
Okay. The stupid virtual dice is over the button. There we go. So that is 9 damage.
Okay,
from the
yeah, it
spiritual
slams
weapon.
Nice.
into him pretty hard. You got it? Okay. All right, after this, you see this suit of armor right here, and all of a sudden, the gauntlets of this suit of armor unfix itself.
Oh, good lord.
And will start to fly. 1 to Bonnie, and 1 to Raven. As
Do I get an
Neil is
attack of
under the
opportunity on
water.
that second one?
You would on the one that's right there. Feel free.
Great.
It'd be the green one.
Okay. I don't think I can reckless this, so I just gotta take the great axe.
Okay.
Oh! That's a nat 20. Does a 25 hit?
No
Hey!
reckless needed. A 25 does it. It doesn't
Hell
matter.
yeah.
It's a nat 20.
Also,
Okay.
I have Sentinel. Does his speed drop to 0?
Speed would absolutely drop to 0.
Yeah. Where you going?
You hook it with your battle axe. That absolutely
All right.
works. Yeah.
And it's going to be 12 plus
Okay.
max damage. Oh my god. 12 plus
Nice.
17, so 29?
Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on.
Phoenix has had a
so-
bad morning, and he's taking it out on the first thing he can
Right.
reach.
29. Half of 29 is 14. In terms of this, okay. So sorry. Yes, as you clang against it, you does smash against the floor. It is still somewhat functional, but very heavily damaged. Okay.
That felt good. That was a good one.
Okay. Well, it's angry and it's gonna attack you now. Okay, that's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Minimum. It swats at you for 2 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, which is 1 because I'm raging.
Yes.
Nice.
God.
Phoenix
Okay, the other
grins.
one is going to attack Raven.
Yep.
But that is a 9, so that does not hit. I need to... Oh, wait, I'm not rolling open in this campaign most of the time. I forgot. Okay. That does bring us back to Phoenix's turn.
Well, I think rather than take an attack of opportunity from this thing, I think he's just going to carry on attacking it.
You got it.
He is going to reckless this. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry, that was damage. This is the attack roll. 21.
only hits.
21 to hit.
Yep.
And do you want me to
Roll
re-roll
damage.
that damage or leave the one before?
Your call. I mean, you can just use the damage.
Yeah, we'll just use
that
the one.
works.
That was my bad, so we'll just take it.
All right, how much damage was it? It's still loading for me.
12. If it's taking half
Okay.
damage, 6.
Yep. So, and as you slam into it, you turn double-handed, slam it into the ground, and it is no more.
Great.
As it crumbles into pieces.
Then I would like to charge at this heavily armored person and
got
use
it.
my new fancy spiky armor that
Yes.
my ungrateful cuss of a son sent back to me. So a bonus action to make a melee weapon attack.
Go for it.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Armor spike attack. And this counts as reckless too?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. Okay, if I right-click it, I can do advantage and roll. I'm learning. Dirty 20.
20 will hit. Roll damage.
For a hot 5.
And that includes your other damage? The
Uh,
bonus? The rage damage?
no, it does not. So that is 7 total.
As you slam into this person, one of the spikes drives directly up in through her skull.
Damn.
Damn.
She had exactly 7 HP left.
I think I have more movement. I'm just gonna close with the next guy. Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix stays turning around. I mean,
You got
okay,
it.
he doesn't really look that happy though. Pixel is elated at how this is going. Phoenix's eyes are still just flat and dead. The grin that he did at that great hit earlier was reflex and nothing else.
This is why third level characters make a big difference. Little stuff like that add up very quickly, and it's the difference between this being a deadly encounter and a manageable one.
And the crit helped.
The crit did not hurt at all.
20 and the max damage crit did not hurt.
No, Jesus. All right, Raven.
Raven is going to take a swing at the floating glove beside her.
Go for it, Shillelagh.
That is a 26 on a net 20.
Whoa,
Nice.
you guys are
Ooh,
killing
nice.
it. All right, roll that damage.
15.
15. Okay, now only half, unfortunately, but you hear a big old clunk as you definitely do some damage to that thing. Alrighty.
Listen, y'all, we have that holy crit emote for a reason, huh?
You got it.
Dungeons and
With
Dragons is
that-
fun, guys.
Do you have a bonus action or movement?
Nope, I'm staying where I am. No tax opportunity on me.
Go for it, Neil. As you
Um,
pop out of the water and see this thing directly next to you.
I'm not popping out the water straight away. I would like to just continue moving
Ooh.
just a little.
Yeah. And it has total cover, so it cannot attack you.
And then I'm gonna pop out of the water, like stick my head out. Spoon comes above the water, and I'm gonna cast I'm gonna cast frostbite on the glove. So
Okay,
it's
is that one I
con
roll or
save.
you roll? Con save.
As you roll con save.
Okay, on the glove?
Yes, please.
Okay. Nat 20 on that one.
Oh.
Boo.
So unfortunately not.
Uh,
bonus
uh,
action.
Both ways, guys.
Bonus action, hide again.
Okay.
I
Hey,
literally
better
just-
that than an attack, right?
Yep.
If you're gonna
Bonus
crit on
action.
us, I'd rather it be a save than a hit.
True.
Right?
Very
Okay.
true.
Yeah. So yeah, no bonus action. I just grab a hat
And on a
just beneath
cantrip.
the water again.
That'll take us back to Bonnie.
Okay. Bonnie has been seeing what's happening. She saw that she aimed something and it didn't work. And she still remembers that somebody said something to her last night about that she did a good job or whatever. And she knows that these things are happening. Like, it's weird. Her cookbook is different and things are different. And she sticks out her spatula and stuff happens. Okay, so there is a symbol on the person in front of
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Why is it there?
Fairy fire. You have advantage against them.
Yes. Advantage on all attacks against them.
I think that it's possible that while Bonnie sees the gauntlet closer, Bonnie just feels like her original thing was there were two people up there. She was going to guiding bolt them. I think seeing not guiding bolt, seeing the sacred flame thing. I think that she just feels compelled to sacred flame the person in front of Phoenix.
You got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just feeling like she doesn't know what to do. She's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Is she standing there? And that's what comes to her. So
That is a 14 on a dex save.
okay, well then it saves on the
Okay.
dex save. Okay, okay.
He's
So
pretty
she's
tough
just-
and dodges out of the way.
But
I'm
what?
hoping that person is taller, Phoenix.
Yes, they are
Is
taller
that
than Phoenix.
A direct shot.
Well, it's sacred flame, so it's just an explosion. It doesn't shoot out. It's just
Okay.
kinda, yeah.
Yeah, and
Comes
what it
from
looked
above.
like, it actually looked like she, with whatever hand the spatula's not in, that actually a gas burner kind of appeared at the end of her fingertips. But I guess the water and the humidity in the room and her lack of decision about what it is that's actually happening, it sputtered.
You got it. Okay, it is now finally this thing's turn. Yes, it rolled worse initiative than you, Bonus Mom. We are we're on round 2, turn 10, and I get to make my first attack roll with one of the actual villains.
Brutal.
Okay, so it gets to make 2 attacks, both of which will be made against Phoenix. It does not have its shield, therefore these are two-handed attacks. Oh, but that's an 8. Oh, wait, you recklessly attacked, so I have advantage.
I did, yes.
14. Does 14 hit?
It does not. 16 hits.
Okay. And then second attack at advantage. Okay, that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Okay, so whatever this is, plus 8. 13 damage. Half to 6. Okay. That will... then it will turn and say, "End her!" And the gauntlet will turn and make another attack as a reaction. But that is a 10, so it misses Raven.
Yep.
Yay.
Okay, we are
She
back.
hears him yell out, "End her." She'll go like, "No, thank you."
Back at the top of initiative, we are at with Temperance.
All right. Temperance, at this point, with this gauntlet right in front of her, is going to do something that might be dumb, but she's going to do it anyway. She's actually going to run up to it and grab it and cast Shocking Grasp.
At advantage, for sure. It is made of metal, as a matter of fact.
Yep, that's why I'm doing it. That's a 21.
All right, do crit damage. Or no, do crit damage. It is vulnerable to this, so it'll do double damage.
Nice.
So roll damage, and then it'll do double that.
Nice.
I forgot how the word
Roll
vulnerable.
high.
I forgot how
That's
vulnerable
good.
works.
7
All right,
damage, so
as
14.
you grab it and shock it, it shakes and then shatters in your hand.
Sweet. All right.
Okay.
Yay.
And then does the spiritual weapon go just after me?
Yep, sure does. It can actually
Okay.
go before you. It's just a bonus action,
Oh.
so you get to pick.
Well, it's
Doesn't
going
matter.
now.
So,
So
yep.
it's going to try to hit the person in front of Phoenix.
All right, go for it.
That's a 23.
It does hit. Roll damage.
Sweet. That is 7 damage.
Okay.
Don't forget to roll at advantage just in case you get a crit.
Oh,
yeah, that's
I
true.
Did not, so I will roll again to see if that
Might as
crits.
well.
Which it does not, because it would miss completely.
Okay. Phoenix, your turn.
Heck yeah. Step 1. Actually, I'm going to start with the bonus action, Armor Spike,
Yeah.
Reckless. We're looking at a 22 with advantage.
Roll damage.
Six damage. That does include my +2 from
Okay.
raging.
Got it?
And then Reckless with the Great Axe.
You got it.
Oh, I didn't Reckless. I did it wrong. That's only a 12 all day.
Yes, does not hit, unfortunately.
No,
Okay.
Inspiration, we'll keep it. Okay.
Yeah, you slam into it, get into him, definitely jabbing him again.
Yeah, and I feel like in this case, actually, what it is, Phoenix is out of practice with this armor. So, like, he just maneuvers. He's too close to the wall. He can't get a good swing with the axe because he sort of isn't used to doing that lately.
Got it. Raven.
Raven is going to, first off, thank Temperance for taking care of the mean glove.
No problem.
Then take her movement, thank you. Thingy will work. And she is going to cast Moonbeam.
Ooh.
Ouch.
And that is a con save 13.
Okay, I got a pretty good con. Oh yeah, that's a say 13 is your DC.
Yep.
Okay, it succeeds. Yep. Still take half damage, I believe.
Take half damage.
And that sticks around, right?
That's a 12 radiant.
Jesus, so 6. And that
For
again.
a minute.
Yeah. So okay, hold on. I got a thing. If I can dig through the literal thousands of images that I upload. No, this was a hot minute ago.
So it sort of encases 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder
There you go.
of moonlight that shimmers with lavender and light green magic.
Got it.
Mm.
And then, all right, you will be able to move that, McReese. I just put it on top of him.
Okay.
Okay. That will take us to Neil.
I am gonna trudge along my little bit of movement that I can to come up to here and pull my spoon out once again and point over the top of his head, over the top of Phoenix's head, and I'm gonna cast Chill Touch
At advantage.
Robbie, the baddie's not a shape changer, are they?
No. They're not.
Okay.
Just
Shape
evil.
changers disadvantage.
Yep.
That is a 14.
No. No hit.
I am.
Well, Neil, listen, someone had to get the bad rolls today, and it's not everyone else, so...
Well, I've had some. I'm in there
That's
with
true.
you.
You've had your fair share.
I had one good
I have-
turn and then a very mediocre one.
Okay.
I haven't hit anything in here yet.
Speaking of which, Bonnie, it is your turn.
Well,
Oh,
Bonnie
do you have a
is
bonus
go-
action, Neil? You gonna hide again?
No, I'm not going to hide this time.
Okay.
I'm not in the water. No
Okay.
obvious hiding spots right now.
Okay, go for it, Bonnie.
Well, I think Bonnie is it's it's going to hit it with Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
So that, yeah. So she revs up her.
That's an 11, even at advantage. So it fails.
Oh, it fails.
yeah, wow.
Good. I got
Yeah, I was about to say, nope, no sign on that one. That's
setting
one.
myself up for fail. Okay. The 1d8 of damage to get a little bit of something going. That's a 6.
Okay, yeah, definitely takes that damage.
And she's going to start to move up to what we got, like 15 feet of movement. Bonnie
Yep.
is going to move up. I mean, I have 30, so half of that. Okay, she's starting to move up also.
Yep. Okay, it is now its turn and is going to make its 2 attacks on Phoenix. 16.
Exactly hits.
Okay. 5 damage, half to 2. And a 15, so a miss.
Hey.
And it doesn't have any allies that can attack, so we're back to Temperance.
I think I'm actually going to stay where I am,
Uh-huh.
and I am going to aim an Eldritch Blast
Got it.
at it. Him, her, them.
Asshole.
Yes, that one. And that's still at advantage, right? Because the fairy
Yes.
fire's still up. Okay.
Would Fairy Fire still be up? Because Moonbeam has just been cast.
Oh,
which is
you're
also
right. It is
concentration.
gone. Yeah, you can't have double concentration.
Oh, damn it.
But I don't know whether does Moonbeam give...
Yes. And Moonbeam does not
advantage?
give advantage, no.
No, okay.
No.
I couldn't remember whether it did. It's been a minute.
Well, I rolled 2, and the first one was the nat 20.
Third one was the one that mattered, so roll that damage.
Go
Hey, there it is.
Sweet.
So just roll an add 10. 3.
So that was a 3, so 13.
How do you want to do this?
I think a bolt of it looks kind of like lightning chased with smoke goes flying over Fennec's head, just barely grazing the top of his hair, and lands right in the center of the chest.
You got it. All right. And the music is completely broken for me for some reason. All right.
Weird.
Oh, no, there it is.
I can hear
It's
it.
just that one song that's broken. Whatever. Okay. As they die. Okay. You see this figure who's like directly next to Phoenix there. Or no, it actually would be over in this corner over here. This hooded figure that they were torturing still there.
Oh, I just realized he's actually on the thing. He's like
Yeah, he's right there.
attached to the wall.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Got a hood over his head.
back the knife up so you don't look so threatening. Although I guess that only lasts a minute. So
No,
it'll
it's 10 minutes, I think.
Is it 10? Oh, I thought it was only a minute.
I could be wrong. I think it's 10, but...
It says duration 1 minute.
Oh, I'm wrong. There you go.
I think Bonnie will be moving towards him very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose Phoenix will go ahead and pull the hood off the poor
So
thing.
as you pull the hood off, you see the white hair and smiling face of an elven-looking individual. And he says, well, thank you. Could you possibly pull me down from this area, please?
Depends. Who are you?
I am a friend. I am a friend to anyone who would save me. But it would be quite wonderful if you would take me down, please.
As I just glance at him, no weapons or anything on this person?
Not a damn thing.
Okay. Then with us all, I feel like that's relatively safe-ish. Phoenix will go ahead and pull him down.
Yep. If you see that one of them did have a key ring on its body, so you could just use that to unlock it. Tried a couple times. He kind of, thank you. That was unpleasant. Believe it or not, they're not very good company.
Not exactly surprising.
So it would seem.
They who?
Oh, these cultists of Bane.
Now that you're off the wall, you gonna share a name?
Oh, I certainly can. The name is Astarion.
Does that sound familiar to any of us?
No,
Yes.
not to any of your characters.
Yes.
Not to any of your
Yes.
characters. Yeah, not to any of
To
your
the
characters.
players,
Cam
however.
swoons.
Oh
Well,
dear, well it goes over Bonus Mom's head, I gotta say.
It goes over mine too, Bonus Mom. I haven't
It's a Baldur's
even
Gate
played
3
that game
reference.
yet.
He's
One of the
curly
companions
white-haired
from
man.
Baldur's Gate 3.
I was gonna say, McReese, didn't we play that together?
No,
No,
I'm thinking
McReese
of
doesn't
Nelly.
have it.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
sorry.
Nelly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Got confused. Well,
Yeah, other people from the Friday game.
yeah.
So, but yes, he's like, well, anyway, I must admit, it's been a pleasure meeting you, but I must ask, how might I get out of this place?
Well, there's a large amount of icky water between here and the way out.
Well, that's a bit of a problem. I don't do well with running. Is it running water or stagnant?
I can make it run. No, I
Well,
can't.
I would
I can do
prefer
that
if you
tomorrow.
didn't, actually.
Sewage water.
Oh, not fun, but better than the running water, for sure.
I have such a bad
This
idea.
is only one part of this place that we are. There were 3 doors, and you were behind only one of them.
Ooh, well, that
Do
is
you know
not
anything
pleasant.
about this place?
Unfortunately not. They pulled me off the street, hooded me, and brought me here. I've been here, God knows, a couple of days?
And they were asking you for the location of somebody? Who are they looking for?
My family. They
Okay.
see them as competition somehow.
No, they were very specific. I heard them. They said, "Where is he? Do you only have one family member?"
There's a specific member of my family they're more interested than the rest. You see, he is he's the head of household, you might say.
Okay, I have a quick question. What kind of weapons did these jerk bags that we just killed have on them?
Okay, one guy had a mace and a longbow, along with a shield and chainmail. That was what the girl had. And the guy had a spear and chainmail. And that's
Okay.
it.
I'm going to attempt to do something. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm going to go and get the spear. I'm also going to reach into my bag and just like put my hand on the hilt of the knife. Do I get any kind of vibe? Pixel knows giving this knife to this guy would be an absolutely stupid thing to do. But the knife kind of like, apparently I felt like called to pick this thing up. Does it seem like it has any inclination that it wants to go with him? Or
Not that you feel.
Not that I feel.
You don't
Okay.
get it either way on that. You just feel It was a curiosity and interest. You're not sure what drew you to it. You don't, but you're not getting any additional feelings. You're still interested in it. You're still, you know.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna hand him the spear so he has something to defend himself if he gets into trouble.
He would just turn. This is certainly something. Do any of you have a dagger, though? That would be much more in my repertoire.
I mean, I think I have a spare one.
Thank you. Well, one is certainly better than none. As he takes it and balances it on his finger and then grabs it. All right.
Can I start rifling the desk?
Yeah, so there's not too much of use in here. This looks like mostly on that desk are implements of torture.
Lovely.
Yeah, you do see as he turns around and puts his shirt back on, the nasty scars covering his back.
Oh my, that looks painful. Do you need some healing?
Please don't. It would be better if you didn't.
Well, when you get back to the surface, and Neil grabs the sides of his jacket with his 2 badges on, please make sure that you make them aware that within the Flaming Fist you have been rescued and saved by Neil Boggs and company, and that we require a great reward for your rescue.
I will do nothing of the sort, but it has been great to talk to you.
Oh, well, that seems a little ungrateful.
And he just kind of starts walking away.
You should be very careful. I think I mentioned this is only a third of this place.
Well, you, so ever so kindly let me know the way out, so hopefully I won't have to see it. And he gives you a wink as he jaunters away.
Luck. From where I'm standing, can I see down these other tunnels?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Also, Phoenix would like to take this black armor that the gloves flew off of and just like...
You got it.
No, he's just going to throw it into the water at the bottom of the stairs. He's going to deface some religious artifacts.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Okay, so Bonnie's very confused. He just walked away. Nobody stopped him. She doesn't know. Are these steps over here? Where she's moved over?
There are steps over there, yep. And
do they go up or down?
Down.
Okay.
Into water.
If she walks down the steps, yeah, I think she's going to do it. I mean, we've been in the water a whole heck of a lot. She's walking down there and looking in both directions. Okay, that connects up to the main. There's more steps down here. Do we think we've done what it is that the Iron Fist wants us to do, or do we need to keep going? I'm confused.
There's still some tunnel down here. I'm going to take a few steps down. See if I can see around the corner.
Yep, which you absolutely can.
Also, did Raven find anything on the desk?
Implements of torture.
Oh, okay.
There's another steps over here. Hold on. Let me make sure that is the room I, in fact, think it is.
This is huge.
It's a big dungeon. Remember, they think that you would be level 2 doing this somehow.
Lord.
What is your passive perception, Temperance?
My passive is 11.
11, okay. Yeah, so as you walk in this room, you sniff something. It smells sulfurous as you walk in this room. And it's like rotten eggs. And it doesn't look good. You're pretty sure that that's methane, a methane buildup.
Oh, I don't think we want to go this way. It could go poorly.
It doesn't seem to be an amount that's poisonous, but you wouldn't start looking around with a torch.
Not going to use anything involving fire. Check. Okay.
There's a stairway down over here. I don't know where it goes. She hollers back in the general vicinity of the room.
And I've got this way another stairwell. Looks like it's going up. And I think maybe 2 more passages.
Love that we're just hollering in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Such a good move.
Actually, Temperance would probably send a message in that direction rather than yell.
Oh, I think Bonnie just said it. I mean, there's those people right there close to her. I don't even think she knows where you are.
Oh,
so
probably
she's really
not.
talking to the people on the steps.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think I would probably be glued to Bonnie's side, like clinging on currently, because there was a very strange man who was very rude to me, and there was also a large amount of torture implements in this place, and it's actually just a little bit scary.
Well, it is, and I hope that man hasn't gone to tell the people in the other 2 doors that we're in here.
I need Bonnie, Phoenix, Neil, and Raven to all make me dexterity saving throws. As this guy pops out around the corner.
suddenly really glad I am nowhere near.
22 and a nat 20.
That's a success.
20.
That's a success.
All right, danger sense. I have advantage. Huzzah.
Yep.
That's a 4, but I'm going to spend luck.
Yeah. You have you have 3 lucks, 2 DM inspirations, a chat inspiration. Oh wait, you only get 1 DM inspiration.
Even with advantage, that's only an 11 for Phoenix.
Okay, so that's a fail.
That's a
As
4.
you see
14.
this figure, and she, with a big skeletal face, is going to turn and point in this little bead of green light, flies across right in the middle of you, and then explodes. So,
Okay.
it is DC 14.
Hey, Bonnie rolled a 20.
Okay, so
I
as
got
long
a
as
14.
okay, so meets beats.
Yeah.
Okay, if you failed, you take 39 necrotic damage.
Oh my
And
god.
if you succeed, you take half that.
Cool.
Which is
Phoenix is down, everybody.
19. Holy cow,
How much?
19?
19.
And maybe we don't yell in dungeons.
Go ahead and roll.
I mean, I know Bonnie doesn't know that, but... And when we got blasted before Phoenix could tell her to shut up.
Okay,
God.
so Bonnie is
Oh, no.
almost gone, but she's hanging in.
Can you
Okay,
now
so-
see why I have almost always killed someone whilst running this with level 2
No
characters?
kidding.
Mm-hmm.
That would have just killed me outright.
I'm like,
Okay.
Full damage from that.
I mean, how
Jesus.
down is Phoenix?
He's
Not dead,
unconscious.
just
unconscious.
unconscious.
He's not dead, Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
my
and
max HP is 30 something, and I had only taken a little bit. I had like 29 HP, so he's at like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Negative
so
5
Phoenix,
or
what was? Go ahead and still roll initiative, Phoenix.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why it's not sending to you. It's another 8.
It's weird. Whatever.
It keeps saying to self, but I don't know why. Like my D&D Beyond is set to send it to everyone. Like when I right click on initiative,
Weird.
it says
Whatever.
everyone.
Okay, well, luckily for you, that was in fact on her. She does not get an addition. Neil, it is your turn.
Oh, it is 8 o'clock. I don't know. Are we running this whole encounter or?
This encounter will be short one way or another.
Okay. Cool.
obviously panicking. Obviously, I'm in like grave danger. On a scale of 20, I'm at 3 right now. I'm immediately sensing
awaits them and still they can't be
instantaneous damage. I'm going to cast that at level 2.
Let me
So that's going to be
a song
44
of a family forged by trials and woe.
That is a total of 16 damage.
But
Yeah, real nasty. The moats all slam into her.
Their under sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes
still the
know
footprint of it.
not what
Yeah. So I'm
Bonnie.
awaits them, and still they carry
Okay.
on.
Bonnie hears the splash and turns
What
and sees
was meant shall
Phoenix on the steps. Says no. She doesn't move out of his face, but she reaches over with her spatula. No, get up. And I think I can. Feeling right, it's a bonus action.
You can.
Seeing what she's seeing and being quite frantic.
And wonder hard fought battles,
3d6.
treasures won. Our heroes know their
You see the
fate
bottom left hand.
awaits
corner.
them, and
Yep.
so they carry on.
It's a good thing we got a super healing party.
That I can do more
I
than
know.
one.
You click it 3 times. Click it 3
Okay.
times.
Wait.
So when you click it 3 times, then click it. Yep.
Okay, it did it. Oh, that's not what. It's 8. So that's 8 points
Well,
for
that
Phoenix.
was 4, which you couldn't have done.
Well, do I get to add something to it?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, no, I'm just saying it
okay.
looks
Well,
like.
see, I'm
yeah.
looking
Yeah,
at
it's
8
okay.
over on the side.
Yeah, it's 7. So you can do 7 points of healing, Phoenix.
Hooray!
Okay.
Oh,
All
Okay,
right.
so I gave Phoenix 7 points, and that was
Yep,
my
you
bonus
still have an
action.
action though,
Okay. It was
so you can do any of your
necrotic
actions,
damage.
cast any of your spells.
Oh. Bonnie is so unsure, and bonus mama's right in there with
I mean, just hit it with the nastiest, biggest thing you have.
Is, okay,
Yeah.
all right, tell
Just
me, guys. Is
whatever-
it Eldritch Blast or Guiding Bolt?
Guiding
Second
bolt.
level guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. Well,
No,
all of her
all
spells
yours
are
are second level. Yeah, so guiding bolt.
Okay, so I'm hitting
Right.
it with Guiding Bolt.
Yep.
And did
Easy
it,
hit. Roll
and
damage.
it hits with 17.
Sure does.
Okay, and my damage is going to be 16.
Okay, you see, in turn, Bonnie angrily flips her spatula, and a big mote of light slams directly into her.
And you know that Guiding Bolt, what that thing actually looks like, which is sort of odd coming off the end of her spatula, it looks like what an apple corer looks like, which is this round thing, and that thing slams into her and actually goes into her body and cuts a
Yeah.
chunk of it out.
You got it. And she
Damn.
looks a little less worse for wear after that.
Okay, and
Um,
I think that Bonnie is going to hold her breath and dive into the water.
Okay, so you're gonna, in order to go all the way underneath, you would have to go prone. You can do that. but
I'm
you'd have to go
doing it.
prone. Okay,
I mean,
got it.
prone. Now wait, if somebody aims at me and I'm prone in the, well, you said they couldn't see me if I got in the water.
If
Or
you're
is that-
underwater, they can't see you. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
under the water.
Bonnie holds her breath and plunges into the water.
Raven.
Is Phoenix back on his feet?
He is, well, not
I mean,
on
I'm
his feet,
prone
he
now,
is
but I am
breathing.
Yeah, conscious.
He could
Does he
certainly
still
do with
look
more
rough?
healing. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
that's what I
Yeah,
was
on a
asking.
scale of 1 to
Definitely deal-
39, I have set, or 35, I have set. I'm at 7.
So as a bonus action, I am going to use Balm of the Summer Court,
Okay,
and I am going to use 2 of those dice,
got it.
which will also give him 2 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Oh, and you all had 2 temporary hit points. Did everybody
And it-
remember that?
Mine are gone.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
I forgot.
I didn't eat those, so I don't. Oh no, I did actually.
Yeah, you
eat
did.
them. Yeah.
So technically, I'm at 9.
That's a
No,
three?
I'm still at
You
7.
were unconscious.
I was
yeah.
still unconscious. Yeah, so I'm at. Okay.
Unless that would have been the difference between you going
It
unconscious.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. Okay, hang on.
It's 4 altogether.
You guys are rolling great.
Okay, so it's 2 temp plus 4. Is that right
Yes.
for me?
4 regular HP and then 2 temp.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
And
got
Oh,
the
you
then
still have an
temp
action too.
I can't see this person, right? Because I'm up here.
Not from where you are, but you definitely. But all you'd have to take is one step forward to be able to.
Okay. As soon as I can see her, I am going to cast I'm going to attack her with ladybugs.
Okay.
Okay.
Infestation.
That's a
Be my
con
choice.
save.
Awful.
Is that a con save?
It's a con save 13.
Okay. Exactly. Oh no, roll a 16.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
She doesn't take like half damage or anything.
Not on cantrips.
Sad.
All right,
Sadness.
Phoenix.
Phoenix gets off the ground for half of his movement. And bonus action rages. So his eyes go flat once again. So he's
You have just enough movement to get there.
Isn't the... I hate to screw myself here, but isn't this first 5 in the water difficult terrain?
It would be, except you can jump over it. It's only 5 feet jump.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, then let's...
I thought of this, yes.
All right,
Luckily, you can
let's
jump
get
over
in
the
there.
top of it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get in there. We're going to start... I don't have the bonus action to do the armor because I raged. So we are going to Reckless with the Great Axe.
And do you have advantage because of the guiding bolt?
You do on the first
I do.
attack, but
Phoenix Recklesses anyway.
yeah.
I know it's mechanically suboptimal,
No,
but
it's fine.
Phoenix
It's fine.
has very little regard for his own life. So
Believe me, I appreciate all in character choices.
18 to hit.
Roll damage.
Yes. Come on, Phoenix.
Ooh. Minimum damage 6.
Okay. Yeah, it's still alive. Okay. With that, we are brought to Temperance.
Temperance is going to, hearing the explosion, 2, 3, is going to move up just a little bit, but I think I could still use Guiding Bolt, because it doesn't say that you have to see them.
You have to have line of sight in order to cast it, 'cause it's a
Oh.
straight line.
Okay.
So,
Boo. Because it just says creature of your choice within range, but
yeah, so you wouldn't have to be able to see them unless...
but there's like walls and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's total
okay.
cover. So,
Okay. Then is there anything I can do?
you can always take a dash action.
I think
If
I'm
you-
gonna take a dash action then.
Okay.
Which is just another 15 feet for her because she's in the water.
It is her turn once again. And she is going to raise her hand.
Before she goes, can I just yell a healing word down the hall?
You absolutely can, and you do not have to see someone. Who are you targeting with it?
I'm gonna target Phoenix.
You got it. All right.
And I'm gonna do it at 2nd level.
You got it.
So that is 8 more
Okay.
healing for you.
Okay. As she is going to turn, raise her hand, and you see green energy spouting from it. Okay, let me... Cone. Oh, you guys are so lucky.
Oh man.
Oh, you guys are so lucky. She's doing it anyway. Phoenix, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
Come
this
on,
will be
Phoenix.
You still have
advantage
advantage.
again, of course.
I roll. Use all the advantage you've got, Kent Phoenix.
That is a fail.
12 all
but
day.
I do believe you have
I
inspiration.
do have. We'll start with DM and I have both.
What about
we'll start
though?
with
Has it
DM
been more than
inspiration.
10 minutes
Or we'll do
that
DM
guidance
inspiration.
I gave
It
you
doesn't
this
work on
morning?
saving throws.
It's not
but it
saving
checks.
throws.
Oh, that's right. It's
ability
only
checks.
ability dice. Come on, Phoenix.
Nope.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can blow another inspiration if you want to blow another type of inspiration. I'll let you choose.
I mean, I might as well. If I die? What good did it do me? Right?
That's exactly right.
You know what am I holding on to it for?
It's fair.
Come on.
No, 11. It's not on the cards, guys.
Oh,
Meant to be.
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Well, luckily for you, I rolled really badly, and you only take 9 necrotic damage.
Oh. Pff.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
But that was on 5d6. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think she could have, unless it was like if you go to 0, you automatically die, which maybe with this necrotic stuff sometimes that wouldn't have killed me anyway. Even I think at like max, I would still be alive.
Okay.
Still.
I guess I didn't realize how much you had been healed, but either way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I had the 2 temp plus. I'm at like 12 now.
Yeah.
So I went from 7 up to.
I am going to. I just need to check my. I'm gonna kind of scoot to like the edge of where Bonnie is in the water. I'm not gonna be able to magic missile around that corner, am I? Because I think you have to. I have to be able to see it.
Yeah, you do have to be able to see her. You could scoot around her. How much movement have you spent?
Actually, I spent 10 there, so that's
Okay, then you. Well, wait, no.
Yeah.
Are you with 25 or 30 foot of movement?
30 foot of movement. So
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. So if you only spent 10, you could pop around her to the other side of that.
Well, what I'm thinking is I might use my bonus action to dash.
Oh yeah, of course. What the hell am I thinking about? Yes. Yeah.
And bring myself to the bottom of these stairs. Just
Yep.
here, this is really dangerous and it's really silly, and I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to. I'm gonna magic missile again, but I'm gonna
Okay.
do it at first level.
Okay, roll damage.
So it's 3d4 plus 3.
Yeah.
That is 8 plus 3.
11.
11.
11.
So you see
damage.
as the 3 bolts hit her, the third one hits her center mass, and she crumbles.
Ugh, thank
And
God.
I think that's where we will end our session today.
Jeez.
Ooh.
That was crazy.
God, that was intense. Stressful.
So what has Bonnie learned?
Well, she's about to learn something when Phoenix comes and talks to her after this fight.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. We're going to go around and remind everybody who we are and where we can be found on the internet, as well as who we play today. But in the meantime, while we're doing that, does anyone know anyone to go and raid? I don't know.
I think I saw Black Moon was streaming.
We can do that.
I know we did raid out to Black Moon last
We
time. so I
did
don't know
that
if you
as
wanna
well.
think
Does
about
anyone
somebody
know anyone else that's
as another
live,
option.
or do we want to try any other D&D? Or we can raid out to live if there's no one else. I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
raid,
yeah.
But
I don't have anybody.
Just to kind of like
Yeah.
share.
Yeah, sure.
I don't see
I'm
anyone.
trying to think if I know. I don't know anybody
really? Okay.
live right now.
Everybody I watch who streams is currently in here or is Black Moon.
right, and none of the other D&D people we've raided in the past seem to be on right now. Really, that. So,
Well, and
Time
Chad
to go
is
follow
saying-
some more.
Donkey's on.
Yeah, Nugget has said that Donkey is currently on. Donkey is on just chatting at the moment, so I don't know what
Yeah.
Donkey has planned for today.
Well, and
Let's take a
JoJo
look.
mentioned.
In any case, while we're trying to
Black Moon
figure this
also.
out, my friends, why don't we go around and reintroduce ourselves? I'll start. My name is Pixel, and I played Phoenix Brightgrin, almost dead internet sad dad, and gonna give Bonnie a stern talking to in 2 weeks. You can find me here, obviously, on twitch.tv/AgeOfVinor, where I run a lot of the games that we do, but not this one, thanks to DocRobert, who's amazing. You can also find me on twitch.tv/HammerandPixel and in the Bonus Moms Tavern Discord. I am planning for my next, I don't know if it'll be stream or off stream, new player game. Will be, because I know a lot of people are looking for one in the Discord, and I haven't decided if it will be streamed or not yet. We're still kind of working that out. But just be on the lookout for that. It'll probably be a couple months after the Curse of Strahd game ends, but I'm sort of in the process of working all that together now. And on our Hammer and Pixel side, you can find me playing a lot of Elden Ring with Bonus Mom and Ream streams, among other things. So, thank you. Oh, yeah, I said who I was. Sorry. Phoenix.
Oh, and I'm next. Okay.
Yes.
Go for it.
So I'm Bonus Mom, the unfortunate chatty person, and I played Bonnie Mama tonight in this adventure. And Pixel already told you that I'm currently playing lots of Elden Ring, learning how and absolutely loving it over on Bonus Mom 70 on Twitch. Monday through Friday, when I can, I hang out from about 9 in the morning till about 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on TikTok. And I just chat with people about little bits and pieces of everything, including D&D, Elden Ring, Stardew Valley, Minecraft, and all the crochet that I can squeeze in. Thank you all so much for being with me tonight. Appreciate it.
Awesome. I think McReese is next.
McReese, tonight I was playing Raven LaFey. I'm all over the tavern. I pop into Bonus Mom's TikToks. Sometimes you can hear my voice over on Black Moons playing games.
No remark.
Well, I'm Normark, or Cam to some of you. I have been playing the incomparable Neil Boggs, master of the party, keeping everyone safe from danger every day. You will find me here on Twitch at NoRemark. That is no_remark. I'm going to be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday every week. Unfortunately, it's been a bit of a rough week. You'll catch me playing currently a new playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom that we have just started. So lots of fun there, and you can catch me over in Bonus Mom's Tavern very regularly. I'm there most of the time. You can find me somewhere lurking in a corner, hiding. So. But yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. It's been fun.
All right. Kaylee.
I'm Kaylee or Christy. I played Temperance tonight. The Air Genasi who's staying out of trouble today. The places you can find me. I stream in another D&D with another D&D group on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are Reality Break 20 on Twitch. And we are currently doing a series of one-shots that I think we're going to finish up the current one-shot on Tuesday and then start another one the following week, which I actually might DM on stream for the first time. We haven't decided that for sure, but that's really exciting. And you can also find me on my TikTok, which is either Kaylee1999 or Firefly99plays. And I do a lot of cosplay on there as well as like book talk stuff. So if you like books, find me on TikTok.
And I'm Robbie, or DocRobert. I have been your Dungeon Master for today. You can find me in the tavern. It's about the only place you'll find me in the internet. But either way, I've had a great time playing, and I'm sure in a couple weeks we can pick back up to see what kind of shenanigans they get into.
Yes. And so
It's going to be a short rest.
it looks like the next session for us folks will be April the 13th at the usual time. And all right, friends, so I checked out Donkey Style. They are playing a community game called Make It Meme. I don't know much about it. It's about creating and rating memes, or it's Black Moon and I don't know what they're doing, Fortnite or Prop Hunt or something. Let me know what you guys prefer, and that's what we'll do. And either chat or people on screen, whoever wants to sort of chime in, feel free to chime in.
Leave someone new.
Yeah.
I'm only chiming in that I think it's good to share the love.
Sure.
Yep,
all right, folks. We will raid Donkey Style, friends. So if you are subbed, I should have a raid message. If you are not subbed, I have a raid message for you. Go send Donkey Style the love. And we will see you all very soon. And of course, as always, before I go, we want to thank you for watching this extremely weird stuff that we do, playing make-believe together on Saturday nights. And you guys being interested in shenanigans means a ton to us. And I want to leave you with a little request from me to you. Please do yourself a favor and be a little bit more kind to yourself than you think you deserve. Because I promise you that however much you think you deserve, you're at least 20% under the bar there. And you gotta pump those numbers up, man. All right, thank you guys. We'll catch you later.
Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together they will write their own tale of glory rent asunder.